Alright, ladies and gentle nerds, yes I've done it. Welcome back to day 2 of the 2v2 Showdown Series from Rocket League India. Today, as always, as yesterday, with me, Flame Bastard, and my lovely co-host Grandy. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing alright. Feeling a little bit more tired than yesterday morning, but other than that, fresh and ready for the last 8 teams we've got. I mean, yesterday we had 36 enter, and we've now only got 8. Kind of, you had to say goodbye to an awful lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, that's the nature of a tournament, isn't it? But, I mean, we have really good teams coming in, so... Top 8, yesterday was a bit of an experiment, I would say. Had the Swiss format, tried it out. And the 8 teams that made it all the way into the winners' quarterfinal are 1NE Glory Stone, 1NE Mystique, Washed Kids, Nightfall, Underrated, the Bamboozlers, and Hope. And because of a bit of technical issues, we would love to show you the quarterfinal between Glory Stone, 1NE Glory Stone and 1NE, but they have been played so far. We're going to start right with the winners' semi-finals. But just to give you an update, 1NE Glory Stone has beaten 1NE with a 6-3 and 6-3 scoreline. Mystic disqualified, so Wash Kids went all the way through into the winners' semi-finals, and they're in fact gonna face 1NE Glory Stone right away, which we're gonna see just in a couple of seconds, so stay tuned for sure. Nightfall has beaten Underrated 2-0 and is now gonna face the Bamboozlers in another semi-final that we're gonna see, because they've beaten Hope 2-0 as well. Keep in mind, this is all, what is it, double elimination?
Yep.
So no one is out after the first loss of a best of 3. I believe all of anything but the finals is a best of 3. Obviously, finals will be a best of 5.
I believe so, yes.
So,
yeah, only finals are best of 5. Correct. But yeah, I mean, we're about to see 1NE Glory Stone face up against Washed Kids. Of course, Washed Kids being the team that we managed to see on stream yesterday of Risky and Gone Freaks, who were a pretty good combination. Pretty solid, good rotation. Whether they can face off against Glory Stone and give them a challenge, I really don't know. I thought 1NE and 1NE Glory Stone were into the top teams here, and Glory Stone beat them 6-3, 6-3, so I don't have too much hope, but I mean, they are decent players, so we'll see what they can come up against.
Yeah, obviously 1NE Glory Stone is pretty much a favorite in this tournament. The super team from Japan. I've seen it a couple of times in other streams, I'm sure you guys know. But before we get into the game, also we have to keep you guys in mind that there is a matcherino link for all of you, where you can... You know, I think there's a code on the top right of the screen, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. Contribute on us, BZTP.
Exactly, you can see it on the screen right now. We still have free codes, that means you don't have to pay $1 if you want to support us and put some money in the prize pool. We already have some people, some fellas donating, so huge shout out to whoever already has done his duty. No, whoever has done and put some money in there. But we also have something special today, which is a click campaign, and that pretty much just requires you to go to the matcherino site with the links on it, click the link for the sponsors of today, that is IGN, so huge shout out to them as well. And all you have to do is just press the link and you automatically put in some money in the prize pool. It's not a lot, but you know, it adds up if everybody does it, and it doesn't cost you $1, you don't have to register anywhere, just press that link and we're good to go.
Yeah, that sums up nicely. How well are we doing with the teams? It looks like we do have everyone in the lobby. I don't think we should keep people waiting all too much longer. So, Dixie, if you want to get the games going, Dixie's our moderator for today again. And yeah, we'll see 1NE Glory Stone face off against Washed Kids. And here we go.
While they're starting the kickoff, guys, let us know who you think is going to take away the first semi-finals of today. Is it going to be 1NE Glory Stone, or are the Washed Kids not that washed up and they can actually take off or upset Glory Stone here in a best of 3? We will find it out. Randy, take it away.
Sure. Very even kickoff. So you're going to get the mid boost. Freaks managed to head it off at the pass. He manages actually to find a gap in the defense, and that is 9 seconds into the game. 1-0 up for Wash Kids.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what happened there. It looks like Shaolon didn't quite get the pass to Kenra. He was patiently waiting in the midfield. And Risky saw the opportunity. We were mentioning it briefly. Found that gap. And yeah, quick goal here for the Wash Kids. Good start for them overall. Second kickoff goes in favor of Glorystone, though. Risky is there to pick it up. So far, good game from him. Solid performance. Another good 50-50, but that's a tight angle for Gonfreaks to hit. Still somehow gets it, hits the crossbar. Shaolon not there, but Kenra on the other end gets the 50-50 play into the midfield.
Shaolon. Oh, Gonfreaks had so little boost. He missed the boost pickup in the far corner there. But it's Risky going to be sending it up. In fact, that's a close again. Unfortunately, again, just without boost, unable to carry that ball as far as he wanted to. It's now Shaolon versus Risky. He managed to take it round, but also wide of the goal. But he's still got the pressure on. Kenra, good hit towards center. Gonfreaks is unable to take it and leaves an open net available for Shaolon.
That was a really awkward save for Gonfreaks there. Such a soft touch from Kenra. Really well placed onto the crossbar. Shaolon pretty much just has to tap that one in. And that is level Paggins. Only 55 seconds in so far. It's a promising game, I have to say. Very neutral kickoff yet again. So far, both teams have shown that they're pretty solid when it comes to kickoffs. Shaolon's clear, finds Gonfreaks. Yeah, the shot unit. Doesn't have. And Gonfreaks demoed the process, opens up the door for Shaolon. Risky already high up in the air, good 50-50 here. Kenra versus Gonfreaks off the wall. Kenra somehow gets it center. Risky is forced to clear it to the side. Shaolon already waiting there to pick it up. And so far it looks like both teams are just trying to find out how to maneuver, how to play against each other.
Yeah, they're often finding little ways to get around each other, but never in a way that's useful to shoot. But fairly decent and smart play from both sides so far. I mean, Kenra's gone for a couple of demolitions. Hasn't obviously in the goal yet, but it's good to know that even from the get-go they're trying new things.
Here comes Shaolon. Oh, decent pass to Kenra, and he pre-jumped that one. That was beautiful stuff. Look at that. Kenra knows where the ball is going. Well, actually, no, he did not pre-jump that, but he was still quickly up in the air there. Beautiful touch. Hard underneath the crossbar. Nothing to save there for Wash Kids.
That was a great pass onto the backboard. I mean, Risky almost actually got to it. Almost. So close, but yet so far. But that will be the lead for Glorystone. Good clear from Shaolon. In fact, he might be able to dunk that all the way. No, Gonfreaks managed to tap it away. Kenra's going to do the backboard pass, but looks like Shaolon has rotated all the way back. That's a very soft touch. Risky's going to have an awkward hit. Just about manages to pat it away, but it's still not over.
Yeah, it's very close. I didn't expect it to be that close. Good shot from Kenra to Shaolon. Oh, he barely missed that one. Almost slotting that one in yet again. And it looks like Glorystone, they're slowly but steadily getting into the game, dominating the scene at the moment. Here comes Shaolon. Can he get that double touch? That's goes straight down to Gonfreaks. Here's Kenra. Pressuring Gonfreaks as good as he can. Back to Shaolon. Beautiful passing place between them. Risky with the last second save here, keeping them in the game for now. But with only 1 minute 50 left, the time is slowly but steadily starting to play against Wash Kids.
Yeah, see Gonfreaks trying to hit it away. A good hit back. The pressure is just relentless from Glorystone. Pretty much every shot they make seems to be on target or threatening, but that is going to be a missed interception in the midfield. And again, an open net from actually quite a way away. Kind of trying to get it from the side, an awkward 50-50, and Shaolon nowhere to be found.
Yeah, he was probably not seeing Gonfreaks there. Because I don't know why he was going for that. Gonfreaks was speeding way ahead. He was probably just, it's one of those moments where you're just too focused on the ball and where it's going. Gonfreaks, on the other hand, knows exactly what he's doing at this moment, but so does Shaolon. Good interception. Here comes Risky yet again! And all of a sudden, Wash Kids are taking the lead.
Yeah, who would have expected that? Again, it's a very weak clear into the midfield and an open net. Xiaolon, I guess, good on him for trusting his teammate to be able to make a good clearance, but wasn't to be found. And yeah, going for boost, caught napping in front of goal.
And we've seen that a couple of times, those hard hits into the wall, which just bounce back to your opponent. A couple of times already, from both sides. So far, Wash Kids have been the one that capitalized on it the most. Again, similar situation. Kenra is forced to go for an awkward save. Can he flick it at both? No, he cannot. Here comes Risky, looking for the double touch. Sheldon already high up. Here comes Risky, beautiful takedown. And that is Wash Kids. Risky pulling off some amazing stuff right there.
Yeah, that first touch, lovely. High enough to get it far enough away from Xiaolon, but still close enough that he could follow it on and tap it down. And even the placement was great. Bouncing in the upper left, away from the incoming camera. And, I mean, you've got to be able to put these in crazy places, given the quality of the players we have here. So, just goes to merit what Risky just managed to pull off.
Oh, and on the other side, Kenra is now capitalizing on some defensive mistakes at the side of Wash Kids. Again, starting with a ball that bounces awkwardly off the wall.
Ooh.
Risky not getting a favorable 50-50. Kenra is where he needs to be. Easy time putting that one in. Gunfreaks was already away. Grab and boost, expecting the ball to be cleared.
Yeah, Gunfreaks went for the challenge for that second one, but just a little too far away to be able to get it in time. It's unfortunate. Pretty much a double commit there. But, anyhow, 30 seconds left. Gunfreaks, I mean, what control. Tapping it down as he flies off the wall. Kenra's gonna disrupt him on this side, allowing Xiaolon to come in from the clear. Gunfreaks and Kenra. Great 50-50. That is actually just gonna bounce straight in. It is. Gunfreaks from the midfield smacks it off the ceiling.
Yeah, very sloppy gameplay from both teams at the moment. Kenra, again, not expecting Gunfreaks to turn around that quick. Good challenge from him. Having a bit of fortune here in combination with the roof to slot that one in. And with 14 seconds left, Wash Kids might actually have a shot here on beating Glorystone.
Oh, yeah, 9 seconds. That was a tempted fake kickoff from Glorystone. I mean, when 2 goals down at this late stage, taking Risky there, they've got to try these things, so... Hey, 5-3, that is going to be game 1.
Yeah, who would have thought? It's a best of 3, so... Wash Kids, they might actually be able to score an upset here with beating the #1 seed in this tournament, which is, I would have never expected that, honestly, but Risky and Gunfreaks both really good at seeing the opportunities to punish 1&E here at pretty much every time they done a mistake. So, which it's a bit uncharacteristic, I have to say, because I don't, the caliber of play that is shown here, there shouldn't be too many mistakes, but somehow 1&E Glorystone has a bit of problems here.
Well, to put it this way, up until now, Glorystone has not dropped a game, period. This is the first game that Glorystone has dropped. So yeah, this is not where they would have expected to be right now. But I mean, we are this is the semi-finals. So they can expect to come up against some hard opposition, and Gunfreaks and Risky are just going full on. Good on them.
Yeah, and I also have to say, Wash Kids are not the same as yesterday. They seem to be woken up right now, play way better, way faster, early contests and stuff like that. So good to see that they grow within the competition.
For sure.
Seconds left. First shot here. Unfortunately not threatening at all. Xiaolon. Getting him past Risky. Gunfreaks already there. Quick contests, as I mentioned earlier. But Kenra again. With those risky turns, baiting his opponents into a challenge. This time it works. Kenra looking for the shot, but Risky is already there. He's casually tapping it to the side. Xiaolon setting up himself. Gunfreaks again is there just in time. Kenra was Risky. You've seen it a couple times already. Can he center it hard enough? Yes, he can, but Gunfreaks was already on his way back.
Yeah. I'm actually quite impressed with Gunfreaks so far in this game, and he's just been a master of control in the midfield. In fact, is that going to be a goal? No. Risky was back anyway. But yeah, Gunfreaks is certainly a player to look out for if you guys are looking for someone to zone in on whilst watching this. But anyhow, 3 minutes 52 on the clock. Kenra's going to go in for the double touch. Oh, what a save from Risky. Xiaolon is still there. Wide on the shot. But what a save there, coming off the crossbar from a good shot from Kenra.
Yeah, that was certainly should have been a goal there for Kenra, but risky. Does pull off something amazing. Now on the other hand, we see Wash Kids trying their best to get the first goal in the second game. I have to say they have no fear, but maybe they should fit Kenra there. Can he find an angle? No, it hits the crossbar. Gumfreak setting up himself, Sheldon turning around quickly to make sure that he almost gets an open net, but that is surely going to be in. Kenra is not going to let that one go. 1-0 for Glorystone.
Yeah, that was a good period of play for Glorystone. They went for some attempted demolitions in goal to kind of have to force people to fly out. And then when they came back in, Risky outmaneuvered, was outmaneuvered, I should say, as he was going for boost. And so much space opened up for Glorystone just to flop right in.
Yeah, he was forced to go for that, uncomfortable wall pinch. But, yeah. Back pass from Risky, finds Gumfreaks in midfield. Decides to go for the shot, Shaolin. Straight back to Gumfreaks. Oh, unfortunately hits the cross. It's what was there. But they're not out of this. Wash Kids, they still have opportunities to come back from this, as they've shown in the last game as well. Oh no, Kenra missing that clear. Opens up something for Gumfreaks. Gumfreaks with a good shot, but even better save from Shaolin. Here comes Risky, going for the double touch. Unfortunately, not quite getting the control. Getting that one touch that he needed. Gumfreaks again. Not the hardest shot. He looks for the dunk. Shaolin with the wide clear, setting up Kenra. Risky is already high up. Good early test.
No.
That is such a smart one.
My teammates. And yeah, pop middle. With one person out of the play, it was actually quite easy. Again, an open net pretty much. But prop to Wash Kids for finding that angle. Nearly pinch goal. Calum's going to tap it middle. Kenra is waiting there. Risky manages to close the angle. He's going to tap it up. Gumfreaks towards the near post. Shalom's there to meet it. And there we go. Finally, awkward 50-50 and the ball's cleared out.
Yeah, I'm quite impressed by Wash Kids here, I have to say. They're not giving Glorystone any space to work with. I mean, they still managed to get really dangerous shots towards the net. They still find their game. So far, Wash Kids have done a good job, but just when I said it, they're actually setting up. Kenra, he hits the woodwork yet again. Risky with the white clear. Kenra is not back. That could be dangerous. Kenra not getting the clear. Can Risky find that angle? Yes, he can, but it's such a weak shot. Not threatening whatsoever. That is a risky backdrop. Let's go, Kenra.
No way.
I'm not sure what happened there.
Oh gosh. Yeah, so Gumfreaks is just flying in to try and get another pass in. Risky has no idea what's going on, decides to hit it. And yeah, ends up being, I mean, a weird kind of double commit with one of their players hitting it back towards their own net. Not sure I've actually seen that so far in this tournament, but hey, first time for everything. That is going to be Glorystone taking back the lead with just over 1 minute left on the clock.
Yeah, I mean, the best of three, the full best of three in the first game between those two teams. I'll be asking for a good pass from Gumfreaks, but Risky not quite getting on the end of that. That could have been the equalizer. 55 seconds left on the clock. The time is ticking. Good pass to Shaolin. Shaolin just has to slot that one in, and he's definitely capable of putting that one in the right place.
Yeah, Kenra, good time spent just waiting to bait out incoming defender. And Gumfreaks was still trying to rotate back. And yeah, great placement into the midfield. Ready for Shaolin just to smack it on through.
Yeah,
2-goal lead.
Now, yeah, it looks even more likely now that we will see a third game between one and Glorystone and Wash Kids. And I have to say, Glorystone looking way better this time. They learned from their mistakes from the last match. On the other hand, Wash Kids, they're early on the challenges. But right now, they're starting a bit to blunder under the pressure here from one of the Glorystone. And that is again, good shot from Shaolin. Risky with yet another save. The fourth, in fact, for him. He's definitely trying to win this. He's definitely trying to keep the team on the line here. But with 13 seconds left, not actually a bit too late.
Yeah. 10 seconds now. Shaolin's gonna get the clear. don't see any way now that Wash Kids can come back from this. That will be game 2 going over to Glorystone. A strong comeback in this second game. They definitely seem less shaky, less sort of panic clears in the midfield in Glorystone. There was less for Wash Kids to actually pick up on.
Yeah, I think...
Props to them.
Yeah, definitely. One thing that I think Glorystone has learned during the first game is that Wash Kids is generally really aggressive. Like, they don't give them a lot of space. So every time one in the Glorystone is trying to play it slow, most of the times they got contested. We've seen it a couple times in the first game where they had loads of 50-50s, and Risky and Gonfreaks were just too good when it came to 50-50s. Might be due to the lower ping. And now they're trying to play it way faster. We've seen it a couple times from Kenra that he just centered the ball right away with the first touch, not trying to control the ball whatsoever. And Sheldon was there to get ready for the shot and vice versa. So I think Wash Kids, they have to come up with something else, because so far it looks like one in the Glorystone has figured out how Wash Kids' approach of the game.
Yeah, they were definitely. I think Glorystone was definitely taken by surprise in the first match, and they have actually reacted very well to it coming into the second. So now into the third. I mean, if they continue to play as they have been, Wanani still probably the favourites. Up to Wash Kids, as we say, to come up with something new as they fly in and out of teams.
There we go.
There we go. Risky.
Yeah, I mean, prediction-wise, I think it all comes down to the first half of this match, I have to say. I don't know how it will work out. Hopefully Wash Kids, they see what Glorystone is doing at the moment. And if they change that out... What?
Holy moly! Kendra, what are you doing, son? Taps it all the way down, follows it. And I don't know whether Gonfree's got too much of a touch, but follows it down with such an angle. And that is a 7-second goal.
I can't believe he read that. That is amazing. I mean, Kendra is definitely, praised in the community as one of the most mechanically skilled players. Sheldon now setting up Kendra, and he's surely not letting that one go. Glorystone with an explosive start, 2-0 after 19 seconds.
Yeah, this is the Glorystone that we wanted to see. And we expected to see, given all the scorelines we've seen in the tournament so far. Beautiful passing play and setup from Kendra. And Shalon, again, just tapping down for Kendra, then to finish off. Brilliant 1-2. And yeah, 22 seconds in, and it's already 2-0. It's not a good sign.
Like, Wash Kids, they're trying now to play it slower. Like, they approach a lot, but I don't know, now it is one in the Glorystone that are super quick on the contest here. It was risky. Just what I'm saying, they're not trying to give them any space whatsoever. So far, it doesn't quite work out. Long clear from Gonfreaks. Obviously finds Kendra there. And now they're doing the same to them. Question is, can they make something happen with that? Risky, going for the 50-50s. This time Kendra is fortunate. And that sets up Risky for the first goal for Wash Kids.
Man, that was quite some 50-50 in the midfield. I thought that Risky was just a bit too far away to make that happen. No, he managed to power it to the side. And no one was rotating back at the time for one and Glorystone. So that's one goal back. Again, it's only less than a minute into the game still. But yeah, such high-paced action.
Yeah, but Kendra did exactly what we was talking about earlier, what Wash Kids wants them to do. And bite them straight back. But now Sheldon is asking the questions. Unfortunate second touch. Kendra was ready in the midfield here. Gets the ball handed over anyway. Good center pass. Sheldon unfortunately a bit too far away. Gonfreaks just slotting that one across. Pretty much handing over ball possession. Kendra not even going for it. Giving Gonfreaks the free shot. Sheldon versus Risky in front of the net. Sheldon way earlier in the air here. And that is Gonfreaks versus Kendra. And Kendra is just too good of a player to let that one go. 3-1 for one in Glorystone.
That was two very good plays from Glorystone. First off, this attack. Great read from Kendra to be able to slot it over the top of Gonfreaks, but also the defensive work. Kendra's pre-jump, Shaolin Xiaolong noticing how far up it was going and the incoming danger and Risky just to lift it over him and beat him to the ball way high up in the air. So yeah, again, great play from Gorystone. And is that going to be another goal? Risky on the goal line, almost manages to try and flick it up under the crossbar, but it wasn't to be. And that will be a 4th.
Yeah, beautiful setup there from Xiaolong, and pretty much reading what Risky and Gomfreaks are going to do. Just, you know, that one touch that he needed to throw them off entirely. Risky not getting the flick on the line there. Man, overall, I mean, that's pretty much shows us that Gorystone, you know, they can recover from a heavy loss. Bounce right back. So really scary stuff here.
Yeah.
Pretty much the team to look out for. And I don't know what happened to Risky and Gomfreaks. I feel like their whole approach to the game got entirely countered with stuff like that. Pretty much open net for Xiaolong, beating Gomfreaks to the ball as well. And now it looks like Wash Kids, they're just falling apart at this point.
Yeah, that can't feel good for Wash Kids. I mean, there was still a chance to come back into it if they managed to pull off the kind of stuff they did in Game 1 in the second half here. But 4-goal lead, ever increasingly unlikely. Yeah, mechanical misplays are not a good sign at this stage. More double commits. Again, Gomfreaks approaching behind the back of Risky, although that is a bad clearance. Xiaolong is going to pre-jump and get up in time. Canra just going to see what happens. Gomfreaks misses the interception. Risky has an awkward position, but manages to get his car in front. Again, another double cut in the side. Not able to make advantage. Good hit. No.
We see Wash Kids with a bit of communication problems. Definitely not the same team that we've seen in Game 1. Looks like Nerves are slowly but steadily going to them. On the other side, Xiaolong with the first major mistake there in defense in Game 3.
Yep, he was very high up. Risky did a good job of getting that boost and flying around on the wall to position himself in front of Xiaolong. It's rather unfortunate Xiaolong missing when he did. There's no chance of ever getting back from that. I mean, that is 1 goal back. Still 3 goals in the lead. 1 minute 44. Certainly possible, but definitely a hard slog for these guys.
Oh yeah, I don't think one in Gorystone will get that away. Canra just, you know, steadily and patiently waiting in the midfield. Looking for that clear, but that sets up Risky. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Hitting the inside of the post. Xiaolong was pretty much beaten to the ball, and now Xiaolong on the other side hitting the woodwork as well. Good 50-50 for Risky yet again. Can Xiaolong come back in time? Risky is there, and that is the third goal for Wash Kids. Can they make it happen?
I mean, 2 goals in the last 30 seconds. Good dribble from Risky. Xiaolong not really respecting the fact that he could flick it onto the side like that. And yeah, just over a minute left on the clock, and that is going to be a 2-goal difference, which is entirely plausible to get back. Just all depends on whether these players can come up with something good. Risky is going to go for it. A good pinch shot to the crossbar, but Gomfreaks is going to be there. Xiaolong was taken out way at the kickoff. And that is a great play. Risky forcing the awkward save out from Canra.
Yeah, who would have thought that they could bounce back like that? And now they have actual shot of beating one in Gorystone, or, you know, getting the equalizer first and then beating them. It's 55 seconds left on the clock. Come on, Wash Kids, you can do that. You can make the upset happen. At least give us an overtime, because this is already an amazing first game on screen.
Yeah, it's a beautiful game. These guys are really playing well. And for twos, I mean, you're not going to find too many twos that are better.
Oh, Canra. Not getting a hard touch onto that. Ball is pretty much dead in front of Wash Kids' net. Risky having time to grab some boost. Getting it past Xiaolong. Here comes Gomfreaks. Gomfreaks a good shot. Canra, can he get to it? Passing it to Risky. And here we go! They've done it. Wash Kids come back from this.
Yep, this is the semi-final winners bracket. They have equaled it with 21 seconds on the clock. And we were saying in about 2 minutes they were, what, 5-1 down?
Yeah.
I mean, one in Eve, falling apart just a little bit. definitely enough for the quality of Wash Kids to come in and affect them just that little bit. But we'll see. I mean, 14 seconds left on the clock. There is a demo coming out. Whiskey is going to try and get it, but a good 50-50 from Kenra. It's likely going to force us into overtime unless he can get a pass center. Great laydown. Gone freaks with a long hit. It's going to the crossbar. Can he get another hit?
Yes, he can!
And he wins the semi-final.
Beating Glorystone with the buzzer beater. Who would have thought? Gomfreak's last second touch there. Kenra not able to get that one touch that he needed to save that one. And somehow Wash Kids have come back from a 5-1 disadvantage in the first half of the match. That is incredible.
Oh, good lord. Semi-final. I mean, we're going to be seeing Wash Kids go into the finals. And here we were quietly muttering to ourselves whether it was going to be a 1NE versus 1NE finals in the end. But these guys took it so hard to Glorystone. And in the end, 5 goals in what, 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Insane play from Wash Kids.
And if that doesn't boost the confidence, I don't know what is. But man, I don't know. We're going to talk about the game, I think, after the break, before we wait for the other semi-final to be ready, because we have to switch service to give you guys a better, quality of the voice channel, I guess. So we're not going to drag it out any longer. Make sure you hit the matcherino, you make sure you hit the click campaign, and we'll be right back in just a couple of minutes.
the winners final. I mean, I'm a little bit lost for words still after what we just saw in the winners semi, to be honest.
Yeah, I have to say, I think yesterday we were already saying we probably have seen the best game on stream yet, but this last game pretty much beat every expectation that I had, at least, because I would never thought, honestly. So all the props to Wash Kids here, I would have never thought that they actually even have a chance against One and E Glory Stone, given what I've seen before, and they've beaten One and E 6-3 as well.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm amazed. That's pretty much showing you that everything's possible when you start playing together as a team. And they have adapted well. I mean, they came back from a 5-1 in the time span of 2 minutes. That's just crazy to think about. I mean, that's crazy by itself. And then you have to also have to count in that they didn't play against any team. They played against One and E Glory Stone. So, man, that's amazing stuff.
Yeah, it takes a certain amount of mental grit just to be able to push down and go, right, we're going to set this up just a little bit further, a little bit higher. And, yeah, took it to them to a point where Glory Stone just couldn't defend the incoming attacks, which is insane when you think about it.
Yeah. It's not that Glory Stone played bad either. It's just,
no.
Wash Kids just, being unstoppable in a sense. But yeah, I think, guys, before we head into the match and tell the players to join in, make sure you check out matcherino. There are still free codes, and the code is displayed on the screen. Grandy pretty much is probably now helping me out, telling me what the code is. What is it?
B9RX is the current code. Right. You can see it in the lower left of the little widget in the top right.
Alright, thank you, good sir. But yeah, we also have a click campaign. Make sure, well, if you don't know what a click campaign is, just hit the link. You don't have to register. You don't have to pay anything. Just click on the link from our sponsors. Our sponsor of today, IGN. So huge thanks to you guys as well. Make sure you put in some $3 if you just click on that link and check them out. But without further ado, I think we're ready for the winners finals between Washed Kids and the Bamboozlers. Predictions? Randy and chat, what do you think?
I mean, after that last game, I don't think I could predict anything other than a Washed Kids win. And I reckon they're going to do it 2-0. I don't see Trollbot and Cohen managing. I mean, they were decent yesterday. Don't get me wrong, they were decent players yesterday. But we've just had Glory Stone, who have very decent players, just get rolled over by these guys. So, definite 2-0 to Washed Kids for me.
Yeah. So guys, let us know your opinion as well. I won't predict anything here. I believe that it's going to be a close game between the Bamboozlers and the Wash Kids. Well, here we go. Already a rather slow start in comparison to our last match. Don't mistake this time. Here goes for the shot. Gomfreaks is ready. Throw that one to the side. Trollbot taking his time, not challenging early enough. Gomfreaks getting it past him, and here comes Risky to Gomfreaks. Kerwin is in a good position. Manages to force Gomfreaks into a pinch with the wall. That didn't quite work out. Trollbot looking for Kerwin. That was a good opportunity. Gets intercepted by the Wash Kids right away. Awkward clear here for Risky. Gets it towards Gomfreaks, but there is Trollbot as well. What a back pass here. Pretty powerful, I have to say. Manages to get it in a position where Wash Kids can't really do anything with it. But here comes Risky. Good shot. Hitting the crossbar, unfortunately. And another 50-50 pretty much lets the ball die out a bit.
Yeah, attempted pass, although I have a feeling actually this may be a shot on goal. It's going to be awkward for them. Cohen's just about... Did he hit that? Just off the backboard. In fact, that's an open goal. Overextension from Wash Kids. I was just about to say that Bamboozlers seem to be playing it much slower and in defense when we saw them yesterday, which is exactly what they need to do. But yeah, managing to find the kink in the armor.
Yeah, who would have thought? I mean, that's one approach of doing it, especially because Risky and Gomfreys, given the last match, they're used to, more aggressive play style. But as you can see, they haven't taken a lot of time. Risky is ready for his 50-50s, which he has proven to be very good at. But the Bamboozlers, they're just simply not giving him them. And often giving up ball possession that way. Trollbot looking for Kerwin. Yeah, again, good 50-50 for Risky. Gomfreaks, can he find that angle? Trollbot is somehow own-goaling, not getting the control he was looking for.
All right, let's see what angle this is going at, shall we? Yeah, that was going wide. That was going wide twice. He did 2 touches. After the first touch, it was going to hit the post. After the second touch, it went in. So a nice dribble own goal there from Trollbot.
Yeah, the control was pretty nice, but also a bit unfortunate. The first touch was definitely not intended. The second one pretty much sealed the deal here. Gone Freaks get another opportunity, but this one is quite wide. Finds Risky off the wall. Here comes Gone Freaks again. What an angle. Setting up Risky. Can he go for it? No, he cannot. Trollbot again taking his time. Seeing that Risky cannot hit that angle whatsoever. But yeah, I mean, the Bamboozlers, completely different approach to the game in comparison to One and Glorystone.
Yeah, and completely different to what we saw yesterday. I mean, we were commenting yesterday of how aggressive and, well, over-aggressive these 2 players are and have been showing themselves in previous tournaments. But today, much more measured. And honestly, Gone Freaks and Risky don't really seem to know how to handle this.
Robot picking up the ball in the midfield yet again. That could have been an opportunity for him, but Kervin goes all the way back, playing it super safe. Now he's forced to go for it, pretty much exposing his net, but Gone Freaks and Risky having some communication errors here. Handing the ball over back to the Bamboozlers. A bit of back and forth on both sides. Risky taking his time there. Good flick. There's Kervin. And that's a shot opportunity. Risky is not ready to save that one. And the Bamboozlers taking off the lead here from the Wash Kids.
Yeah, that was a good flick from Risky, but he turns away, goes up the wall at a very weird angle. I don't know whether he's expecting a high pass off on that right-hand side, but it was a very peculiar place to choose to go on the ball. But you've got to give credit to Cohen. I mean, brilliant placement on the shot, and such power from what was a reasonably dead ball.
Oh, Trollbot! That yesterday as well, a couple of times. The players, they're just relentless. They're not trying to go for it. They're trying to drag it out until the last moment. And Risky is just taking advantage of that. Dirty, dirty play there. But just like that, they're going to come back into this game.
Yep, 2-2. They were recently past halfway mark. It is now all level pegging. It's going to be taken out there just a little bit. Good turnaround though. Takes Cohen out after 1. Risky just needs to get this forward. Has a fairly awkward touch. Managed to get a second one. Can't find the third. Gone Freak's going to pick it up. Doing this slow layup. Doesn't manage to find the second touch. Risky's just going to pass it to Cohen. He's going to try no, take it up. Taking his time. But they're allowing the 50-50s again. And Wash Kids are going to take every advantage from that.
Yeah, well, I have to say, that's a completely different Wash Kids than we've seen in the previous game. Kervin looking for the double touch there, finds Gone Freaks instead. Trollbot is not going for it. He's patiently waiting. So far, Risky and Gone Freaks, they're not playing quick enough to really take advantage of both Trollbot and Kervin being a bit, you know, relentless when it comes to challenges. Again, handing the ball pretty much over to Gone Freaks, letting them hit the ball, trying to build up their own attack after, you know, they've gotten the touch. That is a good opportunity now for Wash Kids. Kervin taking the boost, but gets them on the process. I see that one coming miles ahead. And with 35 seconds on the clock, Wash Kids taking the lead yet again.
Yeah, Cohen's apprehension, not reading the pace of play coming up that right-hand side, means that he's going to be outpaced by the passing attacker. And yeah, 30 seconds left on the clock. I mean, we've been praising Bamboozlers throughout this, but the accuracy coming out and the tactics being displayed by Wash Kids, they're just reacting really well. They changed their style of play for sure.
Oh, Trollbot. He was already seeing the clear there, not ready for Risky missing that ball, unfortunately. 10 seconds left on the clock. Shot from Gone Freaks, gets saved by Kervin. But he doesn't get the follow-up touch, and here's Risky Gone Freaks. They're out of position. If Trollbot gets it past Risky, that could have been an opportunity, but with 1 second, 0 seconds left on the clock, and Risky faking the touch there off the wall. It is Wash Kids taking off the first game here from, you know, what's the name again? The Bamboozlers. Yeah.
I mean, for the first half of that game, I was worried about my prediction. Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
it's not very close game.
yeah. they did to Glory Stone in the previous match. And the 50-50 game from Wash Kids is just so strong. Setting up so many plays for them.
Risky's 50-50 game is definitely brilliant, I have to say. He's winning them like 80% of the time, it looks like it. Not confirming the stats here, I'm just saying that's what it feels like. But I have to say, the Bamboozlers, they need to be quicker overall. It feels like they started off, with a mixture of being the aggressors and playing the more passive game. But the second half of the match, they just completely turtled, it feels like. Not really, doing anything, not getting for the early contests. So I feel like they have to switch it up, because Wash Kids, they pretty much found a way to take advantage of that.
Hey, and we'll see what happens now going into Game 2. Whether Wash Kids will continue finding new ways to get it past the Awakening defense, or whether the Bamboozlers will find new ways to quicken their pace, I guess.
Again, patience there from Kerwin. Works out just fine, but he's relying on a good 50-50. Trollball taking his time as well. He knows that Kerwin is ready onto the backboard, but there is Gonfreaks. They're not going to score against them. That is such a wide clear that it could be dangerous. Trollball is there to pinch it to the side. Double commit from the Wash Kids. Kerwin, if he can control that ball, he could have done something with it, but he's taking his time. Challenging Gonfreaks there in the air. And yeah, wins at 50-50. But again, not really the best start from both teams so far. Really sloppy. Trollball, does he see Kerwin? Yes, he does. Somehow Kerwin gets the ball past Gonfreaks.
Oh no!
Can't expose that, and Risky is not going to let that one go. 1-0 for the Wash Kids.
Yeah, I was super surprised that Cohen even actually managed to get on the end of that pass. I thought 50-50 from Gonfreaks was going to clear it. But in the end, it meant that the fact that he could hit it where it did, the ball just loosely rolls out into the midfield. And yeah, easy slot away from Risky.
Yeah, at last, first minute of the game so far has been in favor of Wash Kids. The question is, the Bamboozlers, they're already down one game. They need to step up their game right here. It's still, they still haven't lost a single game, so they might have another chance in the losers bracket, but they'll likely face either one in E or one in E Glory Stone, and that's definitely not a team that you want to face when it comes down to elimination for both teams. But it's not over yet, they still have plenty of time. Wash Kids so far taking their time as well. Good pass from Risky to Gonfreaks. Gonfreaks is stepping that one down, hitting the crossbar yet again, not getting double touch, but setting up Risky instead. Kerwin, can he get that save? No, he cannot, but it's a bit fortunate with the bounce of the crossbar. And the Bamboozlers, they're still in the game.
Yeah, great 50-50. Demolition out from Trollbot. Just taking the supporting player out of the game. And that Cohen, with all of his aerial antics, could actually clear that one. So here's Risky with his aerial antics of his own. He's going to go for the ceiling shot. And somehow Trollbot manages to get a read on that. But he isn't going to read the pace from Gonfreaks as he flies off to the side. That is going to be the second goal almost halfway through the match for Wash Kids.
Yeah, I feel like Trollbot should have challenged that bounce off the wall way earlier. Kerwin was already on his way back, so they're giving Wash Kids a lot of space, and they figured that one out, and they're now using it more wisely with like ceiling shots and, the shot that we've seen from Gonfreaks, contesting the defense more and more. Again, Trollbot not going for that challenge early enough. But fortunately, Kerwin was back. Good pass from Kerwin to Trollbot. Trollbot hitting a hard shot. Gonfreaks is back. Marvelous save from him there. And the time is slowly but steadily starting to play against the Bamboozlers. Gonfreaks now looking for a fancy display of skill there himself. That opens up the door for Trollbot. Trollbot trying to fight Risky, going for the demo play, but doesn't quite work out. And now it is Wash Kids on the run.
Oh, double touch from Gonfreaks, and now a miss from Risky. That's going to be one goal back. I mean, Gonfreaks missing the hit there, followed by Risky just being slightly too far away to get it in. It's Kerwin, and his quick rotation is going to manage to have the open shot. And yeah, one goal. And we saw Wash Kids come back from a 5-1 deficit in pretty much the same amount of time, so game is still all to play.
Oh, beautiful touch from Kervin. Risky not getting the hardest play here, but he still somehow manages to get it past Trollbot. Kervin is there to pick it up. Not the best play. Gonfreaks is definitely capable of doing something with that, but gives Kervin yet another opportunity to clear that one. Trollbot and Kervin very close to each other. That's something that we've seen yesterday from the Bamboozlers as well. Ganging up in the corners and stuff like that. Not giving them any space whatsoever to work with. Now Trollbot again. Already moving up. Kervin is there to control the ball just fine. Double commit from the Wash Kids, but the ball is hard enough for Trollbot not to do anything with it. Gonfreaks with a good 50-50. And yeah, I don't know. The Bamboozlers, they're not really getting anything going at the moment. That might be an opportunity. Kervin looking for that shot, and what an angle from Kervin. Beautiful shot, top right, top left corner.
Yep, Gonfreak's just not respecting that. He was sort of flying backwards and forwards, thinking, do I go for B, still go for backboard, still go for ball. And in the end, he does none of those. And the angle is just enough for Cohen to slot it in. I mean, by this point, you'd expect them to be able to respect the opposition enough that they would get shots on target from positions like that. So, not a very good read from Gonfreak on that occasion. He's going to try and slot it middle, though. Risky with a hit just over the top of Cohen. That is going to be, again, Wash Kids in the lead.
Oh yeah, Kervin not getting the clear. Trollbot is forced to get to touch it whatsoever. And Risky, quick turn there, just getting the height on the ball that he needed to pretty much beat Kervin. But it's overall a close game. Given the circumstances right now, the Bamboozlers will advance in the lower brackets though.
Ooh.
Risky, can he find that angle? Trying to set up Gonfreaks. Kervin is there to deny the play. But that is risky from Gonfreaks. Taking it across the net, that's not what you want to do. Trollbot now left in defense alone on the side of the Bamboozlers. Smart touch there from him. Way too late challenge. Gonfreaks now setting up himself. Kervin is there. Play to the Stike, gets picked up by Risky. That hits the woodwork just fine. And a double commit from the Bamboozlers yet again. Kervin being really aggressive in the approaches now. 17 seconds left on the clock. Gonfreaks almost sealing the deal here for the Wash Kids. 10 seconds left on the clock. The question is, can the Bamboozlers come back from this?
This is going to be the last play. Trollbot has to get it past him. He fakes him out and manages to keep them alive in the series. It goes to overtime. Trollbot, the gonads on this fella must be so large to choose to fake him out at the last moment to keep them alive.
I feel like the ball was way too quick for Trollbot to pull any kind of fake on there. It was pretty much just Gonfreaks missing the ball, maybe anticipating a small touch, but he should have been early there whatsoever. And now with the 3-3 scoreline, we're gonna see another overtime. Yeah, I think it's the second one of the stream already between the Bamboozlers and Wash Kids. And yeah, Bamboozlers given another opportunity to come back in this best of 3. So far it's 1-0 for Wash Kids. That might be the opportunity. Kervin somehow getting it past Risky. And we're gonna see a game 3.
Which I can't wait for, honestly. Like, these teams seem overall pretty evenly matched. Mistakes on both sides, but you've got to hand it to the Bamboozlers to come back into this one. I mean, not anywhere near as much as Wash Kids managed to come back from the previous series. But still, the mental fortitude of these guys to be able to pull themselves back together and come up with some great plays, great shots, is a testament to just how much they've improved, even just in the last day.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. I mean, but you still have to see the stats, right? Wash Kids 14 shots in total, double the shots. The Bamboozlers only 7 shots as well, but 4 saves on the side of the Bamboozlers, 2 saves only on the side of Wash Kids. So looks like the defense is stronger on the side of the Bamboozlers, which has pretty much won them the game, I have to say, because the goals have been individual brilliance for sure, but also have been partly Wash Kids just, not being on point when it comes to defense. So game 3, I would say, is rather close. It really comes down to if Wash Kids can step up their defensive game and if the Bamboozlers will eventually break when it comes to defense.
Sure. And we'll see going straight into game 3. I don't want to talk about passion, but it's going to be one. A bit of their aggression and shore up some of their double commits, because I noticed they've been doing that occasion. Gonfreaks just seem to have a tendency to double up on risk quite a bit. So,
Yeah, I mean, both teams have...
communication, they'll be right.
Oh, Trollbot a bit late there on the kickoff. Somehow still gets a touch to it, but now it is Wash Kids asking the questions. Not the best, I'm not even sure what that was from Gonfreaks, if it was a shot or a pass. Trollbot looking for Kerwin. That is a pretty decent pass through the side. Wash just dying out. Trollbot not ready to go for it. Kerwin not as well. Gonfreaks just picking up the pieces here. That's a good touch from Trollbot. Unfortunately, just handing over ball possession to Wash Kids. Risky. Trying to set up Gonfreaks on the wall there. But yeah, overall, the quality of touches has decreased tremendously. Trollbot, beautiful second touch, completely taking out Risky out of the play.
What was that? So he flicks it down and gets another one on, just as he goes on a flyby above Risky. Just a little flick and 360 as he's going towards it. And that's, yeah, I mean, you were right, the quality of touches has gone down. People not taking their time to get a decent hit on it. But, what a hit from Trollbot.
Oh, Kerwin, that is a dangerous center ball. Risky just barely missing the woodwork here. Trollbot, can he get that clear? Yes, he finds Kerwin. Risky on the back foot, trying to get back as fast as possible. Yet another good 50-50 from Risky here. Gonfreaks off the wall, looking for that ceiling shot. Can he make it happen? Trollbot is not ready. Barely misses that one. Kerwin just patiently waiting in goal, something that we've seen from Bamboozlers quite a bit. Gonfreaks doesn't quite get the angle, not a hard shot whatsoever. Trollbot has to be aware that Gonfreaks is right behind him, hands over the ball, goes for the 50-50. Doesn't even touch the wall in the process. Long clear from Kerwin. Should get picked up by Gonfreaks.
Yeah, that was a brilliant clearance from Kerwin, and in fact he goes for the demolition, forcing Risky to come out early. I mean, that 30 seconds from Bamboozlers was just so good, especially Kerwin. That clearance really saved them as they had lost boost in that back corner. As Gonfreaks took it up the side. Defense to offense in just the blink of an eye. And that will be a 2-0 lead for the Bamboozlers.
Yeah, and so far it looks like the Bamboozlers are, you know, yeah, again, showing us another upset, because I think most of us would have bet on Wash Kids winning that one easily. And Trollbot, is that a second own goal from him? I'm not sure what's happening right now.
I mean...
What?
I mean, let's have a look at this. Wow. Okay. Sure, why not? I mean, if that was ever on purpose, like the other end of the pitch would be going wild right now.
Like, that was a decent shot, yeah, for sure.
Brilliant shot. Like, if it was in the right end, perfect. But it wasn't. Instead, he's going to get a very loose shot. Probably should have noticed he wasn't going to get the power on that, but Gonfreaks is going to try and lift it. Oh! Double touch! Beautiful double touch from Gonfreaks. Just lifting it up mid-jump. Just far enough to take a further one over Kerwin. Trollbot nowhere to be found, but upper right corner. Gotta love it.
That was beautiful. The control like that. I mean, Kerwin just pretty much beat 2 balls as well. But, you know, 2 minutes 50. I just said that might be the upset, but with that performance and overall increase of skill here from Wash Kids, that might be dangerous for the Bamboozlers. They're definitely asking the questions right here. So far the Bamboozlers haven't found the right answers. Gonfreaks again going for it. You know, a risky fashion, I have to say. Trollbot setting up Risky instead.
Yep, useless to touch.
Here comes Kerwin. That is a white shot. Gonfreaks already high up, putting that one to the side. Yet another 50-50 from Risky to be won. Setting up himself. Trollbot, can he get to it? Yes, he can. Not the hardest shot, not the most well-placed shot. And now we see the Bamboozlers on the run here, setting up the counter-attack. Can he find Kerwin in the middle? He finds Risky instead, going for the setup for himself. Kerwin looking for a shot there, but instead finds Risky with an easy time clearing that one to the side.
Yeah, Trollbot is going to be bait out here. I think that is just going to fly straight on in. Wash Kids gaining the lead with just under 2 minutes remaining. I mean, Trollbot didn't have a good passage to play there. He went for his own personal solo play in front of net instead of trying to find the pass to Kerwin. and then gets baited out in the midfield, allowing a long shot. I was about to say long hard shot, but we've gone through that too many times now. But anyway, 3-2, 1 minute 50 on the clock. You see Risky get a good hit. Cohen's going to try and find it. Instead, it's Gonfreaks that managed to get the touch away. Risky versus Cohen. Good 50-50. Gonfreaks just has to hit it cleanly, and he does. Yeah. Accurate hit, but a very simple shot in the end.
I have to say, one thing that I've noticed both from Kerwin and Trollwood is that they're trying so desperately to boost stuff their opponents that they often, go for the boost and then for the ball, and then they are in a position where they can't really do anything. That just happened to Trollwood. He had an easy time, putting the ball up the wall and maybe finding a pass to Kerwin, at least threatening the defense from WashKids. Instead, he went for the boost. And completely given up the situation there, which results in a goal for WashKids. So if they, if they focus a bit more on where the ball is and what the play is about to happen, instead of, just desperately trying to boost out their opponents, I feel like they're having an easier time. But so far, WashKids showing that why they have beaten one of the top contestants in Gunfreaks. He's just going wild.
Yep, I could see this happening. As soon as Gonfreaks got that first touch, I thought Risky might have been able to pull off an amazing passing play. Doesn't quite make it. But then just indecision from Kerwin and Trollwood, both chasing him down in the corner, but still managed to get the shot off. And that will now suddenly go from, a minute ago they just got their 1 goal lead, and now it's 3.
WashKids, they're pretty much, they've done it. They've brought the Bamboozlers to a point where they're just falling apart. Trollbot definitely not in the game anymore at the moment. Loads of issues on his side, but that could be an opportunity. He doesn't quite get to it. Risky getting that one touch that he needed to throw Trollbot off. Might even get another shot here. Clear from Trollbot is not good enough. Kerwin is there to back him up. With only 37 seconds left, I doubt that they're gonna score 3 more goals, but there's the first one. Maybe I should have mentioned it a bit. I have to mention it more often now, I think. Carlos Discourse.
Yeah. Bad read from Risky in the midfield. But good movement there from, I think it was Cohen, right? Good pathing going into the centre to find himself in front of Risky. And yeah, that's... Oh, hello. There's going to be another one, surely. No,
Trollbot.
Out of boost.
That was so close. That should have been another goal. Trollbot is not done yet, but every second that they don't score a goal is a 1 second for the WashKids. 10 seconds left on the clock. That surely has to be a goal. Trollbot way too late in the challenge, just pretty much wasting even more time. And at this point, it's pretty safe to say WashKids have won the winners' final and will advance into the grand final.
Yeah, our predictions do come true kind of in the end, but with a 2-1, not what we were expecting at all. But a brilliant set of games. The last 2 series have just been incredible, to be honest.
Yeah, it's not as good as the last series as we've seen, I have to say. It's a lot of individual mistakes. And I hate to call players out, but that one own goal from Trollbot and his individual mistakes pretty much have set the second half of the game, I would say. Obviously, WashKids have played very well as well, but...
Yeah, I was just about to say, we're seeing some of the highlights just in the background here. And other than the brilliant own goal shot, we've seen brilliant actual shots from Gonfreaks. The double touch, I remember going into the top right. The level of skill of these players is just so high that if you go for those more solo plays that aren't likely to be pulled off and you fail them, you've got to be willing to rotate back and properly defend. But Trollbot seem to rotate on those kind of things. But still, decent games, and we'll be going over to the losers semi-final next.
Yeah, but before that, I think we're gonna head into just a short break to grab something to drink, relax our voices a bit, because that have been too intense series so far. I'm pretty sure you guys need to have a short break as well to recover from that. But yeah, we'll be right back. We're not gonna take a long break. It's just been a couple of minutes, and yeah, we'll see you after the break.
They will return the day when they are needed. Our gaze is shifted upwards to the sky. We crave for knowledge far in the unknown. Our time has come to find what we want to show.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to 2v2 Showdown Series from Rocket League India. I believe right now it's only me.
Hello.
Or are you back, Randy? No, you're back. Oh, perfect. Because he grabbed something to eat. I hope you guys have done the same in the break. It has been a short break, as promised. But, man, do we have a game for you guys. Coming up, the upcoming game is going to be 1&E versus 1&E Glorystone. Yeah, you heard that right. It's going to be a 1&E derby. And, I mean, they have faced each other already a couple of times. I think 2 times already. I mean, they definitely have faced each other earlier the day in the winners' quarterfinal, which 1&E Glorystone has won 2-0. They've beaten 1&E both times 6-3 in Game 1 and Game 2. And if I take a look at the pool stage, yeah, they've beaten 1&E Glorystone has beaten 1&E in round 5 with a 4-2 and 2-1 scoreline. So far 1&E hasn't gotten, or they haven't taken off one game from One and E Glory Stone, so it's definitely in their interest to show that they are capable of beating the other One and E team.
For sure. And we haven't actually seen One and E play for a while. They played pretty well yesterday. Combination of Misty and Juxta, who are fairly complementary players. Misty being the cool, calm, collected, and Juxta being the offensive mastermind, I guess. But they are going to face up against the Canra and Shaolin combo that we saw just earlier today. And yeah, it's going to be a tough match. I'm expecting some quite explosive plays coming out from both teams. So it should be a good one. We were worried that we weren't going to actually get this game on stream based on our start. But they somehow managed to meet themselves back up again here.
Yeah. Yeah. And I have to say, I mean, the only series that Glorystone has given up games is versus the Washed Kids, who have shown us that they are really, really promising. And I mean, now they're in the grand finals and have a shot of winning the tournament.
Oh, yeah.
So that might be a factor for 1NE to look forward to. That means 1NE Glorystone isn't unbeatable. But I think without further ado, predictions? What do you think?
Every stat suggests that One and E Glorystone should take this, so I'm gonna go with that.
You know what? I believe in 1NE. I think they might be able to do it. Let's see how we'll go out. Guys in the chat, let us know who do you think is going to take away that win as well. But without further ado, here we go. Best of 3 between 1NE and 1NE Glorystone in the loser semi-final. Whoever wins that is going to face the Baboozlers. Already good start here from Glorystone. But on the other hand, it is Juxta taking it across the field. Kenra with the save to the side. Misty is that challenge early. Sheldon taking this time to clear that one in the center. Straight back to Juxta, but he does get a decent shot out of it. And Sheldon is able to clear it long into 1NE's corner.
Yep, Juxta already being a bit over-aggressive, not least because he missed that just there, but he was also tussling with Canra in the midfield, which is why touch earlier was pretty much straight back to them. But yeah, good read from Canra, and equally opposite bad read from Juxta.
It's interesting to see that we've seen that from the 1NE teams a couple of times already. But they just smack the ball into the sidewall, hoping for his teammate to pick it up. But so far it has you know, been punished by a couple of teams already. And obviously Shaolon looking for that clear, not getting the touch Misty was hoping for. He's ready for the block, so we want Shaolon to read that one. Kenra just slotting it straight back to Misty, who's waiting in the respective half of 1NE. Ball is high up in the corner, getting picked up by Juxta. And good block there from Canra, completely dying out the play. But somehow Juxta is still getting his shot. Shaolon with a good save. Misty looking for that double touch to the side. Now setting up Shaolon. Smart touch from Juxta. Kenra not quite getting anything out of that ball though. We're still looking for Misty in the midfield. Shaolon, is he beaten to the ball? No, he still gets that 50-50. Here comes Juxta. Smart touch to Misty. But Kenra was reading that one miles ahead.
And you can see that these two teams are very much in tune with their teammates. They're always looking for a pass and a hit to the side, some way of hitting it between each other. It's something that we've seen a little bit going in games beforehand. And in the top games it kind of gets mixed in and about with solo plays. But yeah, very good so far from 1NE. Despite being 1-0 down, they're actively looking for each other pretty much every opportunity.
Yeah, and I think that is one thing that separates the top team from, you know, the rest. Being able to pass. Touch this side isn't good enough. That ankle hard enough. His teammate out. Oh.
From that time than we had, but yeah, it is 2-0. Still 3 minutes left to go, so full time. Well, that is a great pass. We're gonna get connection onto it. Quite the direction all the power he wanted. Again on target from the corner. Juxta up to Misty. Callum's gonna send it up high. Good follow up from him. Misty heading back towards his own goal, collides with his teammate as he tries to clear it. And we're gonna move it middle. Yeah, Misty snubbing that one out.
Oh, quite clear from Juxta. Kenra is forced to go all the way back, setting up Misty potentially in the corner. 50-50 goes in favor of Misty. Shellon gets a wide clear. That was good enough, but it's pretty much hands over ball possession to one and Juxta, getting it past one. Goes for the demo instead. Misty is ready for a shot. Can he find an angle? Hitting the crossbar. That was good passage of play here from 1&E. Definitely what they need to do to come back from this. 2-0 is still on the page here for Glory Stone.
Yeah.
Kenra pretty much giving the ball over to Juxta. And yet another shot, that's an opportunity. Decides to slot it straight towards Misty. Kenra, beautiful pass, and Misty, can he go for it? Does he have enough boost? Good 50-50 versus 2. And that is the beginning of potential comeback for 1&E.
Yeah. A good rotation round. Juxta, brilliant pass. In the end, it's just a messy coming together with Shallon and Kendra. Right in front of the awaiting attacker. And yeah, 1 goal back. 1:30 on the clock, pretty much. And yeah, good play from 1&E. They're definitely taking it to their Glory Stone counterparts.
Yeah, they still have plenty of time though. I think that was that relieved a lot of pressure here from 1&E. They're still down 1 goal. Clear from Juxta, gets picked up by Kenra. Misty, risky challenge there. Kenra was already waiting. Juxta was back in defense. Juxta deciding to go for the shot, although Misty was ready for a pass there to the side. Might have been the better option though. Kenra, again, just, you know, both teams are just going for those long clears that they don't really find their teammates anymore, other than what we've seen in the first half of the match.
Uh-oh, double commit. Actually an okay shot. That was a very, very soft shot. It doesn't go on target. He's gonna try and take round. Actually doesn't get the boost. Kenra manages to take it away from him. Clearance only goes over to the other side. So you're gonna keep it away from the corner. Again, awkward touch from Kenra. As we were saying earlier, the seemingly classic 1&E touches to the side. In fact, that's a misplay. Juxta!
Oh no!
Get the crossbar! Make it 3! Quite! Can't quite struggle that one into the corner. That's on target as well. Lower left. And Misty manages to find the net at last.
Look at that. Shellon not getting any good hit whatsoever. Kenra is not expecting such a well-placed and hard shot in the bottom left corner. That was beautifully executed here from Misty. There was 17 seconds left on the clock. It is level plugins at the moment, but that might change any moment because Shellon is picking up the ball here right after the kickoff. And that must feel bad for 1&E getting scored on like that.
Yeah, Canada just slightly delayed his kickoff. Goes just slightly higher, pinging it off the ceiling. And yeah, unfortunate for Juxta coming across. It may have even been a slight ghost hit actually in front of goal, but yeah, the Octane not able to help him out enough to get that one round. That's going to mean 5 seconds on the clock. You pretty much have to turn this round and shoot. Last chance, Juxta. This is only game 1. He's going to try and keep it center, and that is going to land 1&E Glory Stone taking the first game.
Yeah, and it is a best of 3, and the crazy thing is that whoever loses this best of 3 is out of the tournament. Like, who would have thought that one of the 1&E teams are on the line here, not even reaching the losers finals, for example.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And it's not even given that one of the 1&E teams is making it into the grand final. Because if the Bamboozlers show up in the losers final, both of them could be eliminated, which is a crazy thought.
Entirely possible, yeah. Given the quality of play that we've seen from these players, yeah, 1&E isn't as far ahead as we were expecting them to be in terms of skill level. So
yeah, that's a good thing to see. It shows that the Asian scene is coming closer together, which is obviously what everybody wants. Pushes the competition even further.
Yep, and especially with the Asian Open going to be coming up in the next couple of months. Definitely a big thing to look out for. Of course, that will be 3v3 instead of 2v2, but if these players can work their way into 3s rotations, like we've seen them now improving into 2s rotations, we're going to have an amazing tournament coming up in April.
Yeah, can't wait. And this is probably, pretty much what you're trying to say is the first, test.
Yeah.
Who's an extra competition for, the undoubtedly top seed Japanese teams here. Right, back to the game. still not over yet for any of those teams. Game number 2, with a bit of pressure on 1&E right from the start. Looks like they can handle it fairly well. Misty with the first touch here. First, you know, try to make something happen. Kenra almost getting that one in. Misty saw last second that he's not really forced to go for it. Sheldon, on the other hand, setting up Kenra here. Juxta almost getting an unfortunate 50-50, but on the other hand, getting a hard shot there. And that is almost in. Kenra with an amazing save there, utilizing the crossbar to its advantage. Now, the other side, 1&E is forced to go back as quickly as possible. Double commit from Juxta and Misty ends up being a clear, at least gives them some time to breathe.
Yeah, slightly slow rotation from Canra, and a tiny little face up there, Canra and Juxta. Like the way they just stopped and stared each other down for a second. Yeah, actually quite slow, but Misty, the pace! Weaves his way in and out. Great zigzag in front of net, leaving the waiting Shaolon just completely bamboozled.
Yeah, beautiful cut there from Misty. Seeing that Shaolon was just that one tiny moment out of position. I mean, also the him slotting up the ball high in the air and following it left Shaolon with no other option but to wait. So good passage of play here from Misty. That's definitely one way to beat Glory Stone here with individual plays, individual brilliance. But back to the game, 3 minutes 50 left. 1&E Glory Stone probably not expecting such an explosive start here from 1&E. Definitely can bounce back from this, and they're working on it. Shaolon, early contest there, not giving Juxta any passage, any moment of relief. Good demo as well. Can Kenra come in? That is such a hard angle to hit. That could have been the equalizer. On the other hand, Juxta is just picking up the ball. 2-0 for 1&E.
Yeah, I was so worried for a second that this moment here, just in front of net, with the two of them flying across each other, is going to be enough, and Shaolon barely missing it. I might have been able to get in front of it if he had flipped, I'm not sure, but misreading the pace just a tiny little bit. But Juxta choosing just the right spot in the net to aim for. And yeah, improving the lead to 2-0. But there's still so much of the game left. Canra going to go for the ceiling hit. Shaolon not going to be able to get to 50 to slot it on home.
Yeah, good read from Juxta there, seeing what was about to happen. Pretty much Kenra had no option but going for the pass, and now Shaolon picking up that pretty much presented goal from Juxta. Again, those wall hits that we've talked about earlier, they have happened again as pretty much a pass to Shaolon there from Juxta.
Yeah, and very curious movement from Misty. I'm not sure what really happened at his end. Felt like he was needing to go back, get the boost, and go back in front of goal, but instead he started going up the wall for some reason. It'll be interesting to see that on the replay later. But nevertheless, that does give Glory Stone an avenue back into this game. Still with a good 50-50 in the corner. Shaolon with a great shot. Misty is there, ready and waiting. Canra onto the backboard. Juxta gonna read it very well, since though he's coming up from behind his own goal line. Lots of little aerial touches. Finally, Misty gets it somewhat out.
Yeah, very slow passage of play at the moment here, I have to say. Loads of 50-50, very close combat between both teams. Juxta, given some time here, decides to just slot it towards Kenra for some reason. Kenra putting it high up, that's definitely going to hit the backboard rather slowly. Misty seeing his opportunity to clear it to the side. Here comes Juxta again versus Shaolon. Shaolon early on the contest. Tries to demo Misty, but what an angle to pass it from. Gets demoed in the process.
Yeah, I was hoping that Juxta had just that bit more boost to be able to put himself in front of Canra there. Unfortunately not. So Canra is going to be taking it up. Attempted passing play. It's just going to fly straight on in. A great pass from Canra and good from Shaolin to recognize that that was coming.
Yeah, I mean, that's a passage of play that we've seen for Glory Stone in the past as well, in the previous best of threes. You know, those hard center passes from Canra, Shaolin expecting the ball perfectly, knowing where to be at the right moment. And yeah, 1&E now completely giving up their lead. I mean, we've seen them, you know, being a bit sloppy overall, just hitting the ball towards the defense from 1&E Glory Stone, handing over ball possession. That demo might open up things. Juxta just taking his time, getting it past Shaolin. Misty was already on his way back, not really believing in the center ball. Player from Canra gets picked up by Juxta. Yet another hard hit. He's finding that angle, but unfortunately just a bit too wide. Misty can't really go for it. Canra was already waiting. Slow play here from Canra, looking for that 50-50. Shaolon expecting Misty to hit it yet again. But one and Igor is down now on the run. That clutch from Juxta might open up things. 55 seconds left on the clock. Can he pinch it? He's looking for it. That was good shot. But Shaolon already reading what Juxta was about to do.
Yep, he was trying to do the classic snow day floor pinch right there. Except with the rule. Doesn't actually happen all too often. A good ground pinch can take your defender off guard, but Shaolon's there and ready and waiting. And here he goes again, off the ceiling, waiting. He is going to flick it up, almost just off the crossbar. In fact, that's an awesome clearance. Shaolon is going to be the first one to get to his ball, I believe. He's trying to tap center. Juxta actually tapping it down. Camera not able to find the connection. And we get the counterplay. Juxta, again, his accuracy playing up just a little bit. They've got just a few seconds, 2-all. Will it go into overtime? Looking like it.
Oh no, that double commit could be dangerous. Shaolon not able to get to it. And yet another overtime here. This time between probably number 1 and number 2 seed. And it is game number 2. So that's everything on the line for 1&E. 1&E Glory Stone, they have to score one more goal. And they will advance and, you know, eliminate 1&E from the tournament. But I'm fairly sure Juxta and Misty have something to say about it, but that is dangerous. Shaolon too far away to follow up that 50-50. Oh, an opportunity for Juxta, and somehow they give him an open net.
Yep, that was I mean, just the way it bounced off the side there took Canra completely off guard. Shaolon, very odd positioning. He just didn't read that at all. Went straight for the player, didn't look at the ball all too much. And yeah, that's going to be 1&E keeping their spot alive for now. And we'll be going to game 3 between 1&E and 1&E.
Yeah, I mean, next game is 100% decider for both of the teams. Whoever wins that throws the other one out of the tournament. And given what we've seen so far, 1&E, they're definitely capable of beating Glory Stone when it counts. You know, all the wins that Glory Stone has had before don't really matter at this point. Because, you know, they've beaten him, what, 3 times already? 2 times already?
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't matter. If 1&E wins that one, they've thrown out the hardest competition.
Yep, 1&E's going to win, 1&E's going to lose. We just don't know which one's which.
Yeah, maybe the one with the longer name. It doesn't matter. You're right. We've seen a couple of
longer,
1&E
harder
players.
flicks, maybe? I don't know.
Oh, no, I'll let that one die out.
You want that one?
No
No,
worries.
all right.
Yeah.
I'll leave that one. But
Alright,
yeah,
cool.
game 3. 1&E versus Glory Stone. Here we go.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to do any prediction here. I think it is going to be either a very explosive game or a very tactical game, depending on, you know, how confident they feel.
Right.
Overall, but it looks like, yeah, it looks like it's going to be a rather explosive game. Both teams already trying their best. Juxta not getting the touch he was looking for, almost getting that save, but that is not a good start for 1&E.
No, I mean, just a good recovery there to actually try and bring it. Oh, he did manage to get a touch on it in the end. It's not quite enough. Good shadowing by Camera. I mean, he knew as soon as Juxta had gone up that he was not going to get it. So, positioned himself accordingly. So, considered play from Glory Stone. Slightly panicked play from 1&E. Not a good start.
Oh, and they might even give up yet another goal. That ball is going straight back into the center in front of 1&E's goal. Nobody's there to defend that one. I think both were still in the half of Glory Stone here. Kenra, easy time putting that one in. That is not a good start for 1&E. And all the momentum that they had from the last game pretty much is gone at this point.
Yep, you gotta think so. Not seeing the same accuracy, the same precision from these players either. And Juxta both missing. It's just going to get possession right the way over. Juxta's going to be fouled by Charlotte, and a reasonable hit from him. Going to go just wide. Juxta and Misty both looking for it. Juxta has no one to aim for right now, as Misty is behind him. Juxta inside. John is going to clear. Might even get second touch, which he does. Misty easily collecting it. Kenra and Misty. Again, lots of 50-50s. Not too many passing plays coming out so far.
Yeah, I have to say that 1&E completely, changed their approach to the game. We see them trying to flick it more often than they've done in any game so far. And it doesn't quite work out. I mean, now they've have baited Glory Stone out of their half. Maybe that's an approach that they want to go for, taking it slow, but then it's simply not falling for it. Sheldon, shot opportunity, Juxta putting it back into his own corner, but Sheldon isn't done yet. That touch definitely goes over to 1&E. Juxta going for the ground pitch, beating camera to the ball. That might open up things. Can he get that pass? He's looking for the ceiling shot, going for the solo player. That is a beautiful shot from Juxta. What a way to start things off.
If there's any way to announce you coming back into a game, that's got to be one of the better ways to do it. Ceiling shot off the underside of the crossbar. A little bit of bounce in the net. But yeah, Juxta re-announcing himself in this series. In fact, he's also going to try and set this up. Oh, Misty and Sharon getting the 50-50s in front of net. Juxta with a good hit, and Sharon's able to save it. And they're back in the game within the period of about 10 seconds.
Yeah, definitely shows the caliber of player that we deal with here today. Beautiful stuff. Again, Canada barely beaten to the ball. Sheldon cannot do anything but watch the ball go into the net. And with 3 minutes and 10 seconds, it is now the explosive game that I was talking about earlier. Uncharacteristic backflip there from Conra as well. Looks like the nerves is slowly but steadily getting to them. Double crit in defense ends up being alright. Kendra has enough time and boost to pick it up. But Misty, he uses the time wisely to challenge early. Sheldon, not with the best clear, setting up Juxta. Juxta back into the midfield. Misty doesn't quite turn around, is not confident to go for it. That could have been another opportunity for 1&E. Another stuck in the corner. That's something that we've seen a couple of times as well. Misty just, not really utilizing the boost, not going for the long clears. Baiting a 50-50, but that could go either way when it's right in front of your net.
Yeah, you just gotta get it out. And in terms of the nerves, if there's anything to instill just a little bit of pressure, a little bit of fear in your opponent, is to go for a ceiling shot. And Juxta's gonna try, and again, pull out some individual brilliance in front of net. Such a great hit from Misty, off the ramp on the side. Kenra just doing a little touch up against the wall again. 1&E being quite famous for those little touches to the side, of which we've never really seen achieve much, other than conceding. That's a great pass. Misty gonna find Juxta in front of net, and they're gonna take the lead in game 3.
Yeah, beautiful touch there. Being aware to have that opportunity for a double pass, completely taken out the defense from 1&E Glorystone there. Yet again, I don't know what happened to 1&E Glorystone this last passage, like last minute or so. They've been quite relentless when it comes to challenges, not really confident going for them whatsoever, giving 1&E a lot of time to set up. And we've just seen what happens when you give 1&E space to work with.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, given the seeding and everything, 1&E themselves, Misty and Juxta, don't really have too much to lose. It's the Glorystone guys which have more of a reputation to uphold given their record in the tournament. So yeah, they've got to be feeling a bit downhearted. They're going to have to come up with something quite special, I think, to get past these 1&E guys. And it's not going to be an easy game. It's only 1 minute 20 to actually achieve that.
It's plenty of time to score a goal, though. Now that 1&E is showing some problems as well. Good interception there from Shaolon. Misty's still getting it past Canada. Taking it aside. I think those combos they might need for into the not the best touch from Kenra as well. That might open up. Misty heading it down, but Kenra is there. Last second. It is getting intense. 14 seconds. Glorystone, they cannot afford to concede yet another goal. Misty taking a slow approach, going for the bump instead. The ball is just bouncing back and forth. 1&E Glorystone, they seem a bit helpless at the moment. Not quite sure what to do. Maybe 50-50s are a way to come back into this. Sheldon looking for Kenra there, but Kenra smartly maybe deciding to go back. That is a good bump attempt, but Misty is having none of that.
Misty playing it slow again, being all calm and collected, considering they're about to potentially take out Glorystone, their 1NE counterparts. If this lands, Glorystone is out of the competition, and I think this is gonna be it. And Glorystone has been knocked out by their 1NE counterparts, Misty and Juxta, taking on Shaolin and Kanra. What an incredible series!
I mean, who would have thought that after the history of those both teams in this tournament, 1NE actually, first of all, they meet each other in the losers semifinals, and second of all, one of the 1NE teams, probably seed number 1NE Glorystone, has been eliminated by their counterparts. It's just a crazy tournament overall. I can't describe words what is happening right now. This is just mental stuff at the moment, but you have to also give credit to 1NE. With a total of 11 shots, while 1NE Glorystone only had 4, it has definitely shown that 1NE might not be that far away, or it's even, equal to 1NE Glorystone.
I mean, it goes back to pretty much what I was saying at the very, very beginning of the tournament. Juxta came out so heavy and aggressive, and Misty just enabled him constantly. A great balanced player, Misty. Great positioning, managing to find the little extra slots in of free space that could enable Juxta to do what he does best. Really.
Yeah, I'm lost of words, I have to say.
Yeah.
I will not do any sort of prediction anymore on this tournament, because apparently everything is possible.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that Glorystone got eliminated is blowing my mind, I have to say, because if we take a look at the brackets before we head into the break, you will see that we have, first of all, we have Wash Kids in the grand finals, we have the Bamboozlers in the losers final, potentially taking on 1NE.
Yeah.
And, it's just crazy to think about, because I have to say, I'm admitting it, I've seen Glorystone in the finals, in the grand finals at least. But now that everything's possible, I'm not even gonna reject the idea that the Bamboozlers would probably throw out 1NE as well. But given the performance we've seen in this losers semi-final, it is going to be a hard task.
For sure. And I think there's always just that little, as you said, it's a derby going into that last game. A little extra incentive there for the 1NE players just to face up against their counterparts. But, we will see how they go. The next match on stream will be the Bamboozlers versus 1NE. And before we go away, again, top right-hand corner of your screen is going to be the matcherino details, the code that you can use to give us free extra little bit into the prize pool, and the click link will be on that page as well. So !matcherino in chat will give you all the links for you to do that. And we'll be back after a short break to give you that losers final.
Yours, Randy.
Hello, welcome back, everyone. This is the 2v2 showdown from Rocket League India, open to all Asia. We have seen some incredible games already today. The top 8 teams coming in from yesterday's Swiss format group stage. We are now just down to 3, and after the end of this game, only 2 for the grand finals. And as always, joined by Flame. How you doing? How you
I'm
holding up?
doing just fine. Discord is a bit of a letdown, in case you guys were not listening to the tournament somehow. We've just seen a clip, both of us going robotic.
Full robot.
So yeah, I mean, we're trying to fix it right now. Switch servers yet again. So sorry for any inconveniences that have been caused by not us. So yeah, but here we go. You were talking about it. What a crazy tournament that is. I mean,
Yeah. Bonkers.
given the time you were actually able to hear us, you probably heard us being super excited. And I mean, honestly, it's just I can't still describe it what just happened during the whole tournament. I mean, watched kids putting 1E Glory Stone in the losers bracket, and then 1E Glory Stone got eliminated by their counterparts 1E, which we are now going to see facing the Bamboozlers in the losers final, and whoever is going to win this is going to face Washed Kids in the grand finals. Where we can also potentially see a bracket reset if whoever goes from the losers final into the grand finals is going to win the first grand final. So, you know, pretty much everything is possible at this point. When that happens, we've pretty much seen everything that is exciting about the tournament. So far, I'm very, very happy with how things were going, actually.
Yeah, I mean, sitting here right now, there is like a good number of different crazy ways this tournament can end. And I could see any one of them happening. In full
Yeah,
honesty,
sure.
I mean, the Bamboozlers could step up yet another notch, beat down 1NE, and go 2 in the grand final. The same could happen for 1NE, beat down Bamboozlers and do the same. Or Wash Kids could just be utterly elite and win their first series when it comes to the grand final. Anything could happen from these 3 teams now. And only 1NE team left, so who knows? Who knows? But we've got the players in the lobby. I will briefly mention matcherino again. The code is on screen and available, and there's commands in the chat. Go do that. So easy. But yeah, I think we'll get the players in.
Yeah, just get them in. Let us start with the probably potentially last best of 3. Well, it is the last best of 3 for sure that we're going to see.
Yep.
And yeah, prediction-wise, I think I don't want to do any sort of prediction because so far I think I have had mostly wrong predictions.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Go and join.
But yeah, here we go. First kickoff in this best of 3. Pretty much neutral, giving Kervin a lot of space here. Kervin taking it past Misty, and that is first goal for the Bamboozlers. Only 7 seconds into the match.
Yep, Kerwin picking up the boost on the side. A great lift, going over Misty. And Juxta, it felt like he managed to get a touch on that, but not quite enough to squeeze it out of this corner here. But yeah, 7 seconds in. We've seen quite a few of these across the tournament, not particularly in the most recent games, though. So interesting that would come out in game 1 between Bamboozlers and 1NE.
There we go. Again, I hope that Trollbot is stepping up this game, given the last match that we've seen so far, because you definitely have to do this versus Juxta and Misty. But so far, Kervin seems to be on point. Juxta not getting the touch he's looking for, opening up the door for Kervin. But Misty is there. Good interception from Trollbot. Misty again picking up the ball. That is an open net pretty much. Kervin has to get to it. He does so. Good save on him. It is not over yet. Juxta looking to set himself up. Kervin taking his time to clear that one. Kervin again picking up the ball. So far, it's pretty much only Kervin playing. Not the best setup here from Juxta. Kervin onto the backboard. Can he get that double touch? Juxta is forced to go for it. Trollbot in the midfield, waiting to pick it up. Pretty much sets it up for Juxta on the wall there. That could be dangerous. Misty coming in. Open opportunity here. Kervin. Good touch to the side. Setting up Trollbot for the clear. It is not over yet. 1NE, they're still pressuring the goal.
Yeah, Trollbot with a great 50-50 there. In fact, he's going to not quite have the vision to notice that Cohen was coming in. He is going to rotate back around to fend off that attack, though. Still got the ball. Some rather empty touches from him. Cohen doing a great job hitting it round. Misty has only just come back from being demoed. Trollbot with a great 50-50, almost hitting it in. And they're still going to try and keep up the pressure. Rotations around. Trollbot not going up on the wall. Jux has got all the time in the world. He's got Misty in the midfield, manages to loop it across. Surely that's going in, and Misty gets the equalizer.
Yeah, beautiful stuff there from Juxta. Look at Trollbot Kerbin not contesting whatsoever. Perfect flick, even hitting the post, so Misty has an easy time putting that one in. Good stuff here from 1NE, and that should be a wake-up call for the Bamboozlers here to not go too easy on those guys, because they can definitely bounce back from anything that you throw at them.
Oh. Cohen. Met early by Juxta. Very smart play from him. Getting up early on that. Hopefully, first player, whenever it goes for a seeing shot, you've just got to attack it early, and hopefully that your second man can go and mop up whatever piece comes out of the ceiling reset shot. But they managed to fend it off. Trollbot now going to try and clear. Rather weak touch. Misty is going to try and get another one. Managed to get the 50-50. Cohen and Juxta on the wall. Trollbot, yeah, another weak clear. Half rotation from Misty. That's a good shot. Coming off center. Juxta has an opportunity. Trollbot just about does enough to get the block.
Yeah, and we were talking about it earlier. Trollbot is probably one of the deciding factors in this game. Depends on him if it is positive or negative. Kerbin definitely trying his best to keep control of the match so far. Good interception there, giving Misty taste of what it's like to miss the ball. On the other hand, Trollbot not getting on the end of that pass. Here comes Juxta, looking for that fake, but Kerbin is just not falling for it whatsoever. Battle in the corner between Misty and Kerbin goes in favor of the Bamboozlers. Juxta's clear ends up being a pass, but there is Misty to help him out just in time. And Trollbot not seeing Kerbin there, or was it Kerbin taking off the ball of Trollbot? We don't know. It was an unfortunate double commit. Misty for that shot. That should be a save for Trollbot. Good clear to the side. Trollbot, you need to go for this, because Misty is not letting that one go.
No. It's pretty much the Cohen show right now, with occasional team plays from 1NE. Yeah, Trollbot waiting on the line, not being able to react in time. And he has one of the highest pings in the server, but still, should be reasonable enough for you to know that when that's coming up there, 1NE is not going to be missing it. It's a perfect pass to the midfield, so all props to 1NE for fighting each other. But yeah, 1 minute 20 left on the clock. They managed to keep 1NE at bay for quite some time. Just a question of whether they can find an avenue back into the aggressive side.
Yeah, but a lot of lost touches there from 1NE as well, just hitting the ball across the field. Trollbot completely out of position. Yeah, again, Misty with an open net. But on the other side, Trollbot now presented with an opportunity with an open net, and that is the equalizer, just barely hitting the last minute.
Oh, Trollbot connecting with it as he landed. Just tapping it enough so it didn't bounce up for the awaiting defender. But yeah, drops it straight underneath, and that will be the equalizer with only 1 minute to spare.
So the 50-50 there right after the kickoff, that might be an opener for the Bamboozlers to take the lead yet again. Or pretty much dying out. That is dangerous from Kerbin to go for. Juxta getting a favorable 50-50. Can Misty get a powerful shot? Yes, he can. Trollbot is not back in time. And that is 1NE again taking the lead here. 41 seconds left on the clock.
Yep, Juxta going for the bump on Trollbot does just enough to slow down Trollbot in his retreat back to the net. Had he not done that, I think it was entirely possible Trollbot could have gone back. It wasn't a demolition, but it was certainly enough to take him off of the straight path. But, not much Trollbot could actually do about that. But pretty good play from Juxta to decide to come up with that kind of play at that time.
Oh, Juxta, good idea from him. Kerbin, again, another save. 7 saves in total for the Bamboozlers at the moment. And that might be another one. 8 in total. 14 seconds left on the clock. They need to make something happen right now. That might be the last opportunity for the Misty. looking to waste some seconds. Interception from Kerwin, goes up the wall. Nobody's there to connect to. Juxta is probably looking for just dying the play out. And here we go. Wendy taking off the first game of the Bamboozlers and heading with a massive advantage into game number 2.
Indeed. That's one of us Bamboozlers. Only game 1. Quite a close game. I still feel that it is pretty much the Kerwin show, despite Misty actually coming out as being the main aggressive force in this game, which is not the usual for the one and E Misty Juxta combo.
I mean, I would say Juxta has 3 assists, so...
No, the roles reversed in this occasion. But Misty's certainly able to come up with these, and finding the shots when they needed to, so... A good first game. I mean, both teams have now felt each other out just a little bit. Bamboozlers, I think we've still got the same comments as we've been making in previous games. Trollbot just needs to show himself off a little bit, collect himself just that little bit more. He is now in the losers finals, so it does all come down to this, but you've got to be composed to make every hit count.
Okay. You might want to join the spectators.
That hasn't happened before. That's a new one.
Alright.
I was so eager, man. You know, these games are just so good.
Let's play with 360 ping. But yeah, I mean, to cheer up Troll a bit, he has been showing promising stuff. Like, he definitely has done stuff that completely threw one and E off guard. Just needs to be a bit more, confident in what he's doing, going for those challenges a bit earlier. That was a good turn, Mike ensure that Juxta doesn't get an opportunity. He has to pretty much throw to the side, and Kerwin can easily pick it up. Kerwin looking for that double touch, finding Juxta instead. Long clear. It's picked up by Trollbot. That bounces straight in front of the net. That could have been dangerous. Can he get another shot? Misty not getting the clear. Trollbot missing the shot as well, and that one touch from Juxta pretty much made sure that they're not going to get scored on. Good pass for Trollbot to Kerwin. Doesn't get the angle. Gets another opportunity though. That goes way over Juxta. Trollbot not ready to pick that one up. A bit too far away. But it is the Bamboozlers playing at the moment. First real opportunity for Misty to release some pressure from 1&E.
Yep, minutes in, and nothing too dangerous coming out so far. That's a great block from Juxta. Misty not quite able to connect. Giving Kerwin space, which isn't a good plan, but he does actually mess it up. Trollbot is just lingering around, shadowing behind Kerwin just a little too much. I guess he was expecting the pass, but then his sort of half rotation round was just not quite wide enough to be able to block the incoming shot from Juxta. But great play.
I mean, to Trollbot's defense, that was he did expect the pass there from Kerwin. It was just both the Bamboozlers not being on point here. But yeah, 1&E now in the lead here, which is quite surprising, given that the first half of the match was pretty much just the Bamboozlers, but Juxta making sure that they extend the lead even more.
Yep. Good hit from Juxta, hitting it over the top. And the other thing to mention is that of everyone in this tournament, Trollbot is the last remaining Indian representation. I mean, the Cup of Nations a while back showed that India had a little way to go to catch up with some of these regions, but the fact that we've got an Indian player now coming in at this high level is just a testament to how much the community's grown.
Yeah, and they're also improving, so it's good to see him here, but still shows that there's stuff to improve. Well, you always have stuff to improve. But now on the other side, Juxta looking for that double touch, just a bit short. Misty now setting up himself. Kerwin is waiting on the line, but it doesn't matter. Beautiful control from Misty mid-air.
Yeah, there was a backflip way before that by Kerwin on the line. And then he tried going forward, realised Trollbot was going for it, went back, and then just had to try and rotate around. But wasn't to be. Too many turns to make in such quick succession. And yeah, it's going to be a good goal there coming out from 1&E. Just taking advantage of every opportunity.
Ooh, that was a dangerous touch from Trollbot there. Fortunately, Kerwin was there to help him out. Good demo. Can Kerwin get the angle? He definitely should. Beautiful flick to the side. And what a cheeky play from Trollbot.
Yeah, that time Trollbot was ahead, able to take the pass if he needed to. Even came out of the back here. Good position from him this time. And yeah, Cohen taking full advantage of Trollbot's intuition there. Intuitive demolition. Up in the front.
And we're about to hit the second half of the game. Given the score that we see right now, it is actually 1-E advancing into the finals. So far the Bamboozlers have still a long way to go. Which is what no, I'm not going to say. But anyway, 2 minutes 19 left on the clock here. Misty, an awkward clear to the side, still works out. No, it is the Bamboozlers on the run back. That is a long clear from Robot. That in fact is going to be in.
Yeah, what a long shot. I mean, I could see what they were trying to do. Misty just getting such a weak hit. I mean, Juxta was in a reasonable position, if not slightly too far forward. But Misty unable to find him. And suddenly, Bamboozlers do actually have a route back into this game.
I mean, we should probably not call out any team until the game is over, really, because we've seen it times and times again in this tournament that when they are on the line, when there's actually everything on stake, teams decide to show up all of a sudden, like really well played passages overall. And the Bamboozlers, they have still plenty of time here. Question is, does any 1-E, do they decide to continue with aggressive playstyle where they can get punished for it? And they've been, in fact, punished for it twice already, so maybe they want to slow things down and try to, you know, have a bit more composed playstyle overall.
I mean, yeah, at this point, if they keep the scoreline as it is, they're going to be going through to the finals. It's if they try to do too much that they could actually endanger themselves and endanger their place. Not that that seems to be stopping them at all. Cohen's going to be taking it up. Awkward rotation. Bumps Juxta on his way back round. And that is going to be a fourth goal coming out. And a second for Misty.
I'm not sure what happened there. I mean, Kervin had the opportunity for a long shot because both players from 1-E were in the half of the Bamboozlers, but decided to take it on top of his car, giving Juxta the opportunity to contest that, and then ends up conceding the ball to Misty there because he went for the bump. I'm not quite sure what happened there, but that is such a disadvantage with 1 minute left on the clock. You don't want to go for those risky plays, I would say. That opens up things for 1-E even more. Juxta taking his time now, going for the fake. Doesn't quite connect to the ball on the ground though. Kervin on the other side trying the same thing. Well, Misty is having none of that. Getting a good 50-50, I think, with that goal. The comeback from the Bamboozlers is even more unlikely.
Yeah, they've got to do a goal every about 13 seconds to actually get a chance at going into overtime on this match. And against such caliber players as Misty and Juxta, it's exceedingly unlikely. Again, we've seen weird things happening, but this would probably top them all if it did. And that's going to be a 6. Gotta feel bad for Trollbot there. It happens to the best of us. Goal. Flipping backwards in goal.
I mean, that is pretty much the Bamboozlers tapping out on the spot. And given the time and the scoreline, I think we have to say goodbye to Kervin and Trollbot in just a couple of seconds. That is in fact even going to be yet another one. The Bamboozlers now completely falling apart, and it's really sad to see. Because it has been a rather close game until the last 40 seconds.
Aye. Yeah. Turns out that the 1-E team, after beating Glory Stone, still has a lot in the tank. We'll have to see again whether they can pull that forward and beat the team which their counterparts couldn't from the upper bracket. So, anyway, it does look like we finally get the ball into the 1-E half at last. Trollbot flying on round. This is going to take it back up. He's first round. Good rotation for Trollbot. He's going to try and tap a middle. Cohen going up. Very dainty touch. Almost
so
gets a double touch off of the sidebar there. And Misty's just going to fly that up. Is that going to be a final goal? No. Hits off to the side. Cohen's going to try and take it up. And I believe that will be game. GG's. And really, really well played from the Bamboozlers across the tournament. But 1-E will move on.
Yeah, it just shows what 1-E has proven in the previous match. Misty saying "Goddamn Grandy." What did you say?
I don't know.
You don't know.
What?
I don't know
I
either.
don't know what he's referring to.
What have you done? It doesn't matter.
don't
So
know.
back to the game. Yeah, I think the games are getting to us as well, right? I have to say, it's quite exhausting though, because there's so many good games happening. But yeah, we are there finally. We're in the grand finals. It is going to happen. It is in fact going to be 1-E that have been in the losers bracket from the very first round. That was the winners quarterfinals. So they've battled all the way back into the grand finals, and they're gonna face the Washed Kids, which have been beating 1-E Glory Stone. So, you know, stats-wise, they're on the same level, and I'm quite excited to see how it will work out.
Indeed. Misty says, you made the kickoff weird, lol. I'm not sure exactly what was referred to, which kickoff exactly, but anyway. We'll be back, guys. We're going to do just a few-minute break so that these guys can catch their breath and get in the zone for going into this grand final. Bear in mind, Wash Kids just need one win from this, whereas 1-E will need to take both series off of Wash Kids to actually win this tournament. But it's going to be explosive, it's going to be good. And we'll see you just after the break.
In the wake of dawn, I see you shine. When I feel that heartbeat, I fly so much higher, fly so much higher, fly so much higher, fly so much higher. Sky lines and clouds are below us now. Sky dive back down. Oh, take my hand, don't let go.
back. You're joining back in onto the grand finals of the Showdown Series 2v2 tournament from Rocket League India. And just during the break, gotta give the shout out. An extra $100 has been put in from the one and only Tasty T. And he says, pretty much conducting a social experiment. Want to know how to simulate high pressure tournament situations? Make it a $200 prize pool. Which, to be fair to him, it's a sound investment as 3 1-E players are actually playing in this final. But yeah, big props to him. Thank you so much for donating into this. And it's gonna make these last few games one hell of a fight between these two teams, scrapping for that prize pool. But yeah, it's just me for the moment. Flame will be back in just a second. But in the meantime, reintroduce the teams. So on the side of blue, we've got the Wash Kids of Gone Freaks from 1E and Risky. They've had a 7-1 record going into this. I think I'll just have a quick look. Where did they lose in the previous times? They have lost one during the previous day. They lost to Glory Stone 2-0 in the previous day, which they've now gone ahead and beat and is now out the competition. So their only true rival from the group stage is out, leaving 1NE, which is Misty and Juxta, with an 8-2 record. And I think they're both losses to Glory Stone, I think. Yes, both losses to Glory Stone, one in the group stage and one in the winners quarterfinal. So 2 extra games played from 1NE. Whether that means they're more energized coming into this, or whether it means they're tired out, who knows? But we're entering into best of 5 between these two teams, and it is going to be one hell of a final. And again, anyone else who feels like entering into the prize pool, top right as always. We'll continue to look into that. And yeah, we'll be getting into the game soon enough. Soon as we've got our fellow caster back. Hello. Just in time.
I've been kicked from the party.
Yes, we have.
I had to eat something. I was temporarily starving.
Yeah, I was sort of nomming on a little bit of breakfast cereal just in between. Because bear in mind, guys, out in Asia, of course, it's going into evening now. For me, it's just about going lunchtime, and it's about the same for Flame. So crazy time differences. But
yeah, it's not even midday now for me. So anyway, yeah, grand finals. I hope you hyped up the people while I was away.
I gave them an introduction to the teams.
Oh, that's great. So you're almost a professional. Wow.
Shocking.
Yeah, but anyway, I think without further ado, just, get this over with. We even have a potential bracket reset here. Wash Kids haven't lost in the winners bracket so far. So might be on 1&E change that. And if they do so, we're going to see 2 grand finals. So it's good that I'm prepared for everything. Predictions, I don't think we want to do anything whatsoever. No, if you feel like it, guys, make sure to voice your opinion in the chat. But here we go. Game number 1 between Wash Kids and 1&E. Looks like 1&E are starting fairly defensively.
Yep. Very awkward touches in their corner. Juxta is going to miss that. Misty keeping his composure. Wasn't too far off from being an empty hit, but brilliant series of demolitions. Realizing that one was being demolished, he quickly went for the other player. And that just stopped everything completely in its tracks. And already some interesting alternate tactics coming out from both teams.
Oh, Gone Freaks. We know that this guy can shoot. Juxta was aware of that. Good save. Misty high up in the midfield. There comes Juxta. Can he get that touch? Yes, he can. And Gone Freaks is not ready for that. Beautiful stuff here to start things off.
Yeah. I saw that long looping ball into the midfield and I just knew Gone Freaks was facing towards his own goal, hadn't rotated round to the back post already, anywhere too easy for him to actually get a touch on it. But the shot just too good from Juxta. In fact, this is dodgy as well. 50-50 in front of net. Actually, decent 50-50 and risky. Which, to be fair, he's been doing pretty consistently throughout this tournament. But that's an awkward touch from Gone Freaks. And a similar situation. Left him out of position in front of net. And that is going to be an easy goal from Misty.
Yeah, I mean, Gone Freaks was probably trying to hit that one up the wall so he can clear it
Oh, yeah.
way harder. But yeah, I mean, 1-0, they're on straight fire. I mean, they don't have to prove themselves anymore. They've pretty much shown us throughout the tournament what they're capable of. And Wash Kids, to be fair, had a long pause in between.
Oh, risky!
Not really better. Risky with a beautiful solo play. Completely pulling down Misty's pants.
Oh. Such a quick turn. Misty just left. Completely confused. I mean, they needed something like that. They needed to just get back into a 1-goal deficit. That is manageable. That is usable. But
No.
they're just going to hand it straight back, and it goes back to 2. We'll see what they can do in reaction to that. But, yeah, what a kickoff. Crazy hit and risky. Just going a little bit too far. Not making the hit.
Yeah. Risky not anticipating the speed of the ball and how high or how wide it would bounce off the wall there. Pretty much the mistakes you cannot really do versus 1-E too often, and so far it has only been individual mistakes on the side of Wash Kids. That no, besides that one shot from Juxta, so you know 2 out of 3 goals have been individual mistakes by Wash Kids. So if they get rid of that, it should be a way closer game. But so far it is 1-E with a 3-1 scoreline. Risky again, looking for the individual plays, but this time it is Juxta. Juxta is not falling for that whatsoever.
Oh, Gone Freaks baited out by Misty. It's going to be an awkward hit. In fact, a great bump from Gone Freaks. He isn't able to get the flick, which if he had done would have been a clear goal. But he almost managed to slide it past Juxta anyway. Misty now with next to no boost. Finally tops up. That's going to be a great flick from Risky. Unlike his teammate, manages to find the flick. And again, back to 1-goal difference.
Fun fact, I know I was with, it wasn't a voice chat with Gerald Naden and Guacamole. And Gerald said that, to quote him, Risky can't flick for insert S here.
Oh,
so
nice.
quite interesting to see that Risky has pretty much proven himself here. Beautiful stuff on their way back. But 1-E, they're quite aggressive. And I also have to say, this is probably the most physical game that we've had today whatsoever. Loads of bumps, demos already, and it's just game 1.
Yep, right from the get-go as well. No nonsense final. That is. We'll see, actually, that is going to be another mistake from Wash Kids. Making it back again to the 2-goal lead for 1-E. Gone Freaks going up for it, beaten to the ball by Misty. I mean, with Risky being so far up the pitch after his movement forward, Gone Freaks should know not to go for those when it's at all uncertain.
Well, I mean, he has had really good 50-50s throughout the tournament. And maybe they're not properly warmed up, but so far it looks like their timing is a bit off. They're not quite aware of where the teammates are or where the opponents are. Good interception by Risky, but ends up just being a pass to Juxta. Juxta taking the interesting path of, you know, pre-jumping that touch off the wall there. 1 minute 53 left on the clock. So far it is 1-E dominating this game. But Wash Kids, they're definitely a good enough caliber of players to come back from this easily. Juxta into the midfield. Almost getting it past 2, but Risky just getting that one touch they needed to make sure it's clear to the side. Clear from Gone Freaks. It's not good enough setting up Juxta, but Risky reading that one miles ahead. Finding Misty instead. Gone Freaks is not quite ready yet to go for it. And Misty taking his time to make sure he gets the 5th goal for 1-E.
Yeah. Gone Freaks went from the back post. Did go straight to the ball. But Risky not able to play the demolition or disruption game to the fullest extent. Just trying to chase up on the attacker. And yeah, Gone Freaks not quite reading the ability from 1-E to be able to leap it up over him. And a 3-goal lead in game 1 is a promising start, given they're the ones coming up from the losers bracket.
Oh, good shot attempt there from Gonfreaks. Trickstar making sure he cuts off every possible angle. With 1 minute left, it looks like 1&E starting off rather strong in this first best of 5 on the stream. That might be a 6th one. Gonfreaks nowhere near to be seen to save that one. And Juxta with a beautiful side click there. Make sure he slots that one in top right corner.
Yep. Jerk still looking at
top right.
all day long. No chance he was going to miss that one. But yeah, less than a minute remaining on game 1. Bear in mind these are best of 5 at this point. So plenty of time. Plenty of time, especially given that the Boss Kids are the ones coming in from the winner's side. They've got 2 best of 5 series to get their stuff sorted out. Whereas 1&E had to come out of the box charging, which they have done. It's be interesting to see whether they can continue this kind of play going into game 2 as well.
But it looks like 1&E, they're so confident in what they're doing. Passing plays are on point at the moment. Here comes Risky. He's famous for his 50-50s. That might be an opportunity for Gonfreaks, but with only 13 seconds left. There's no way that they're coming back from this. Maybe score one more goal for the confidence, but there's just a good flick attempt. Unfortunately, way too wide to be any dangerous whatsoever. But it seems like Misty is there. The 7-2 scoreline, at least in this game, Wash Kids have fallen apart.
So close, yet so far from the prison. Haven't seen one of those yet today. It would have been interesting to have that in the final, but similar enough. Have that kind of effect though. 7-2 is a crazy scoreline to have in game 1 of the finals. And there we go. Ball is planted down. First game goes over to 1&E.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't know. I really think that Wash Kids they just had a long pause in between. So I definitely recommend that. It's not over yet. It's a best of 5 overall, so they have plenty of games to bounce back from this. But if they lose the next one, they're already threatened to be eliminated and have a reset of the final. So, and then everything's possible. So right now, Wash Kids have the comfortable advantage of once they eliminate 1&E, they eliminate them once and for all. But so far, 1&E seem to be really, really strong. Juxta again on point here with his shots. Misty overall, just involved in pretty much every play that's happening that results in a goal. So I would recommend that Wash Kids probably should take a closer look at what Misty is doing, because he seems to be the guy that is enabling Juxta overall.
Yep, absolutely. He is absolutely brilliant at doing so. The passes are pretty much always on point from Misty. And finding Juxta in some kind of dangerous position. Kickoffs are pretty damn strong. So he's going to take this up, hit it towards the centre. Unfortunately this time Juxta not in a great position to turn around for that. Still needs to get something on it. Gonfreaks going 50-50. Managed to win it out, but it flies way over his own, the opposing goal line. Misty trying to shot himself. Gonfreaks trying to get the clearance out. Again, the ball just flows right back down for 1&E to try and do something with it.
Oh, that's a reoccurring theme. Looks like Wash Kids that didn't quite figure out the defense yet. Good demo there from Misty. Help out Juxta. Loads. Gonfreaks is there to challenge it. Juxta back to Misty. That was a good back pass. It looked a bit risky, but it was very calculated. Gonfreaks and Risky both up in the air. It was important that Gonfreaks was hitting that ball, but in the end he's just passing it over to Juxta. He sees Misty is ready. That's a good center ball, unfortunately. A bit too far away from Juxta and a bit too close to Risky. So far, no goals. We're about to, we have finished the first minute. That could have been an opportunity for Gonfreaks. Unfortunately, ball a bit too far away from the line in the end. Now, Risky is in a position where he's forced to go for it. Good clear to the side. Juxta coming in. That should straight bounce back to Misty. Risky is there. Wide clear. Now it's Juxta on his way back. Can he make it? Yes, easy time clearing that to the side. But Wash Kids, they're not done yet. Gonfreaks doesn't get it center again. Risky is ready for the shot, but it's not well placed and hard enough to beat Misty on the line whatsoever.
No, but I do feel like Wash Kids are playing much better going into this game too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Despite 1&E still managing to do pass plays, Gonfreaks trying to go for an individual player, not quite working. They are managing still kind of pretty strong. Gonfreaks gonna tap it up. Risky just giving it the little tiny helping hand over the line. And yeah, Juxta, for fuck's sake, gone.
I mean,
Brilliant little dribble from him.
we've seen Gonfrix doing that in the last game that
Oh,
we've
yeah.
seen on stream as well, right? Like, he loves to do that. He loves those air dribbles with those little touches in the end that completely throw off every defender that he's facing. So, pretty much, he has to be aware of that, and they have to look out for it. Risky just making sure that ball goes in. That was pretty much Gonfrix's goal. That might be another opportunity. Risky, beautiful control there. Look at that touch once he hits the ground. Beautiful recovery. Misty looking for Juxta yet again, but Gonfrix sees it, sets up Misty instead. And that is an immediate equalizer from 1-E.
Yeah, a good hit from Misty, a good searching hit. Gonfrix had no choice but to try and go for it. Juxta was just going to redirect that down if he hadn't. So, a great clear there. Unfortunate again, just taking slightly at prize in the rotation. But yeah, back to an even game. Square one, halfway through.
Gonfrix again testing the waters there on defense of 1-E. Good demo, unfortunately hitting the ball in the process as well. Risky looking for his own setup there. Tries to fake both Juxta and Misty, but in the end just give up ball possession for now. Gonfrix centering the ball, doesn't find Risky on his way back. Good touch there from Misty, taking up Risky off the play. Can he find another touch? Again, Juxta taking it in the corner, Risky getting the clear there. It's a bit messy at the moment. Gonfrix also utilizing the wall. That's something that we've seen so many times, but hasn't worked out overall. A lot of fans as well. From Misty, gets challenged by Gonfrix right away. Gonfrix trying to center it. Risky isn't there yet. Quite clear from Juxta, could be dangerous. Risky is forced to go for it. Can he get another touch? Juxta is already there. There comes Misty, and that is for sure a goal for 1-E, taking the lead for the first time.
Yeah, great passage of play there. I mean, 1-E just seemed to be able to constantly ask really hard questions of the defense. Hit after hit, on target, long looping balls, which forces Risky just to go for a really hard hit. And even there, towards the midfield, they had to challenge that, but just a little bit too late on it, which results in missed positions elsewhere.
Yeah, and that is, that is a good goal to just pretty much show difference between challenging on the kickoff and not challenging on the kickoff, which is a big part of twos. It just shows that Juxta and Misty have just a bit more, knowledge of twos, I would say. Not saying that Risky and Gonfrix cannot play. I mean, they've made it on the grand finals, but just the small things that make a difference here when the competition is so close to each other. And it pretty much shows in the scoreline as well. Juxta looking for Misty there. Good demo for Gonfrix. But that's just, laying things pretty much, because 1-E, they're still up 2 goals, and we're about to hit the last minute of the match.
As the announcer says, 60 seconds left. Still every chance. We've seen people come back from more than 2 goals in that space of time. But every moment that passes, it's just going to be harder and harder. Risky is going to try and take it over to Gonfrix. Gonfrix recognizing he needs to do something, but his end result was not all too clean. Oh, he's going to bounce towards the center. Misty versus Gonfrix. Gonfrix gets just about enough on it. Yeah, I can believe it though. Both of them going for it. And yet still, pressure keeps on coming on from 1-E despite them being 2 goals up.
Yeah, and at this point, 1-E, they pretty much just have to hit the ball. They're wasting every second, almost getting another one. But this might be an opportunity for Risky, not quite hitting the ball. Misty was pretty much beaten to the ball with very little boost. 6 seconds left on the clock. It's on Gonfrix. Oh, Risky now did it. Both missing the ball. The defenders are still not capable of going, still not able to go for it. But it is 1-E taking the second game in his first best of 3. And by the looks of it right now, 1-E might actually reset Washed Kids in the grand finals.
Yeah, we knew that was a possibility. But what can we say? They're putting up a very, very convincing show. Although the stats are fairly close. I wouldn't say it's too weighted either side, other than goals, obviously, which is the main deciding factor. 8 shots to 5, 5 saves to 4. It's pretty reasonable. Just feels like Wanani even getting more saves, and despite getting more goals, just the counter attack for them is doing really, really well.
And and punishing Wash Kids for their mistakes. I mean, it came down to defensive blunders on the side of Wash Kids. Again, we've said it a couple of times in the tournament already. If you get rid of that, we'll have such an easier time playing against high caliber players, because they're gonna punish you as soon as they can. And on the other side, we've seen 1NE having some troubles as well. So if Risky and Gonfreaks, if they can definitely come back from this. By the way, if they just make use of those opportunities and don't create their own for 1NE, I definitely can see them come back from this.
Yeah, and very quick mention, thanks to Supermad for the bits and for Popo for the $5 donation. Very much appreciated. But we are going to get back now into Game 3 of the first part of this final. Oh, Jugster! Again! Dirty cheeky boy! Just leaving it on his roof, just holding his right trigger and just going, yeah, I'm just going to roll it right in here, if you don't mind.
Oh, that must feel bad for Risky. Beautiful stuff there to start things off again. 16 seconds into the game, and 1NE is already taking the lead. Keep in mind, if the score stays like that, we're gonna see a reset of the grand finals, and then 1NE have a shot of winning the tournament for real. This is pretty much just a warm up for the real grand final to come.
Yep, looking at the way these teams are playing, definitely feel like 1NE have the upper edge, at least in terms of series score, but in terms of pace, the scoreline is really reflecting how they're playing. So all down to Wash Kids, see whether they can regain some of their form from earlier on. That looks dangerous though, but he manages somehow to get it onto the lower edge of the crossbar. Amazing save coming out there.
Yeah, that was desperately needed on the side of Wash Kids. They're crumbling under the relentless pressure of Wash Kids. Again, Risky with a good save. But Misty is there. They're not letting it go. Risky again. Beautiful stuff. He's trying to keep them alive as long as he can. Again, getting that clear to the side. Gunfreaks needs to get something out of this ball. Ends up centering it for Misty. Back to Juxta in the midfield. Risky again is there. Can they relieve some pressure? It doesn't look like it. That should be a goal. Misty unfortunately shooting it a bit wide. But Juxta is there. That is such a siege of that goal. And Juxta finally finding his way into the net.
I mean, I don't know whether this is just calculated or not, but the first flick, he lands and immediately happens to be on underneath it. But still, good sideways hit from him. Enough on target to get it off the post. And yeah, they secure the second goal of the game. Not halfway through yet. Still lots to play. And Wash Kids, I'm just waiting for Wash Kids to truly show up. And regain some of what they've seen in previous matches. When they do, it's just going to be one insane match, but it doesn't seem like we're going to find that right now.
Yeah, this time Risky completely out of position. That is not the Wash Kids that has beaten 1NE Glory Stone, I have to say. If they can come back to the form that they've shown right there, they definitely have a shot at 1NE, but so far it is just the Juxta show overall. He's so aggressive, so quick on everything, beating pretty much everyone on the side of Wash Kids to the ball. On the other hand, he's taken some risks as well. Interesting stuff there. Look how confident he is. Taking on Gunfreaks right in front of his net. Taking on Risky as well. That could have been a shot. Risky just getting that one interception they needed. Gunfreaks making sure Misty doesn't get a free shot either. But here comes Juxta again. Wide clear to the other side though for Wash Kids. Yeah, I don't know. It feels like their confidence is at an all-time low at the moment. Not really getting the touches that we're so used to. Gunfreaks again just handing over the ball to Juxta. For free, without any reason, pretty much. Sure, that was boost to the side, but if you have an opportunity to score while you're down 3-0, you should probably take that chance.
Yeah, their touches in their contest just aren't resulting in the same level of connection they used to have. It used to be they'd make a touch, they'd find someone with it. But here, it seems like it's much more of a hit and hope that there's someone still around who are able to get anywhere with it. Which is unfortunate, because some of their earlier plays were really, really good in that regard.
Oh, set up again. Risky, nothing he can do about it. pretty much Gun Freak's not getting the touch he was looking for. Doesn't get the backboard clear. Misty, with that last second powerful touch towards the backboard. I mean, the synergy between Juxta and Misty is just on point at the moment, and they're running away in this first best of 5 between Wash Kids and 1NE.
Absolutely. 1 minute 40 left on the clock. 4 goals. That is a very unlikely event they can get back, but Gone Freaks going for what he's known for, flashy aerial play. Almost manages it. Going into the ground to air dribble. Doesn't quite manage to pull it off as long as he'd want. Oh, great 50-50 from Misty, and that is easy pickings. Justice not going to miss that one. And that is now 5.
Yeah, really awkward passage of play here again. Risky, trying to, go for his probably best skill of 50-50s. And, which is a hard skill to have, but it looks like 1NE, they just figured him out. They know what Gun Freaks and Risky are going to do, probably before they even know what to do. That's what it looks like. But with 5-0 and 1 minute left, I think, ladies and gentlemen, we will have a bracket reset just about to come any moment if Gun Freaks doesn't hit that shot, which he doesn't. Juxta picking up the pieces here after Misty making sure they don't concede a single goal yet.
Yep, 46 seconds. Risky trying to put it up to Gun Freaks, just a little bit too far away from him. Gun Freaks are now completely out of the play. Thankfully for Risky, Misty just kind of pokes it upfield. Again, just wasting time. At this point, they just need to keep the ball wide, maybe roll out a few of the sides, and just not concede. But we're at the point where it's less than 10 seconds ago. It's just a question of whether going into the bracket reset final, whether Wash Kids will finally show up.
Yeah, the thing is that they don't get a break in between, so they need to use pretty much the 1 minute marker that we have to reset, because now Misty, even just the icing on the cake here with the 6th goal and his first in the series so far, because Juxta with 5 goals, I think in total. I want to see how many goals this guy already has alone in this best of 5. I mean.
Yeah, quite a few, I imagine. Let's see whether somebody can come up with that for us. But yes, that is going to be game 3 of the first half of the grand final. We didn't know whether it was going to be 2 halves of the grand final or just 1, but it is going to be 2. So for those that don't know, bracket reset means that it basically enforces that the winners, people in the winners bracket, always have to play 2 games to be out of the competition. So when it comes to the final, if the winners bracket team loses the grand final, then they play a second grand final straight after it. And that means that, again, Wash Kids have to lose twice in order to be knocked.
Yeah, but I have to say, it doesn't look good for them. If you take a closer look at the stats, you'll see that, I mean, obviously the 6 goals on the side of 1NE, but also 10 shots to 2, and, 2 saves on the side of 1NE. So they haven't really, given up anything. And the amount of pressure that they were able to put on, I mean, there was that one passage of play where they were pretty much just shooting at the goal for like 1 minute straight, and Wash Kids had no boost and no possession of the ball and couldn't clear it until they conceded a goal finally. So scary stuff here. 1NE is Wash Kids is all over the place, and 1NE, they are on point, they are on fire.
Yep, Tasty T is just saying that you might be mistaken, but think this is the first ever final Risky has been in. So, how much of a factor that plays in, whether it is his first final? I certainly hadn't heard of him before today, but he certainly made a name for himself in this tournament, if nothing else.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, he's overall facing Juxta and Misty, right? So you can't really blame him. And he has done well, and all of a sudden, Gun Freaks, yet again, an early goal here. Juxta not getting in touch, he's looking for Misty, a bit out of position, but what a powerful shot that was from Gun Freaks.
Yeah, that's one of those little things, and at this level of play, the little things will count. Misty just not quite reading it right. And, yeah, very easy, but must feel good for this Wash Kids side. but equally coming back like that. A dodgy 50-50 comes off the side. Gunfreak's coming in at an awkward angle. Could only ever have really gone bad for him from that position.
Yeah.
And he can tap in.
I can't remember a game, honestly. I think we had quite a few games where the one team scored early on or scored a goal and the other one just straight bounces back right at the kickoff. So it has pretty much happened to every team in this tournament so far, either Washed Kids or 1&E. In fact, that might be dangerous. Risky coming in, Misty almost own-goaling that while he's trying to save that. In the end, works out together with him in the post. Now Jukester moving the ball forward, trying his best to center it, but Risky is patiently waiting, moving back and forth, not making an easy time for Jukester to know where he's going next. Rather slow passage of play. Jukester setting up himself. Can he get that shot? No, Risky is there. Again, showing that he's a very good defensive player overall. Gunfreaks, again, looking for that 1v1 versus Jukester. That is cheeky, but almost going down and hitting the inner side of the cross. That is quite unfortunate for Gunfreaks, but it looks like they've woken up in the second grand final.
Yeah, this is more what we wanted, but Misty landing was not what he wanted. That has got to hurt your psyche. I mean, look at him as he lands.
Yeah.
Just off the side. He pretty much wave dashes from there, underneath the ball, unable to jump up in time, but what a way for that just to fall out there.
I was just about to say, and I straight fell asleep again. Just after I said they were walking out. Well, anyway, Jukester again asking the questions here. Gunfreaks, bit of a risky play. Misty was there. Again, good 50-50. Risky versus Jukester. Again, solid 50-50 from Risky all over place here. Gunfreaks going for the back pass, but there comes Misty. Good interception. The ball boys a straight back. Is Jukester there? Yes, he is. Is Gunfreaks ready? Doesn't have to. Jukester barely missing that goal. Ooh. Misty almost setting up himself. Hitting the inner side of the post. Here comes Gunfreaks, just going towards the crossbar. Is Risky there? No, there comes Misty. Last second touch from him. But it's a good passage of play here from the Wash Kids. Hopefully they can continue the promising display of performance. Promising performance that they've shown so far.
Great dunk from Risky there. If he had not have managed to twist his car around in time, that would have been an easy goal for 1&E. But he keeps them alive. Still half the game to go. Gunfreaks with a decent shot just over the crossbar. He's going to still lift it up. Misty going to come round from the side onto the goal line. In the end, a fairly simple save. Risky trying to do a sealing shot. Doesn't quite manage it. Awkward 50-50 from Gunfreaks. This ball is going to float into the centre. But a good clearance coming out from Risky. He can take this all the way through. Gunfreaks is waiting for him. But he doesn't manage to find him.
That was a nice bump there from Misty, recognizing that Risky is beating him to the wall, pretty much bumping him when he's the most vulnerable, when he just landed on the ground. That was a good interception there from Misty. But you know, 1&E, they're still having the lead here. They know that they can beat Wash Kids. So far, Wash Kids putting up a good fight. Again, spacing is not right though. Opening up a lot of space here for 1&E. Risky. Again, with those saves that just pretty much go high up in front of their net. And Jukester and Misty have good enough players to score of that. So far, it is alright. Gunfreaks making it more interesting than it has to be. Again, Risky is waiting, looking for the flick. Jukester intercepts him right away. Gunfreaks is forced to go for it. Can Jukester score that one? Pretty much open net. And here we go, 1&E again with a comfortable 3-1 lead.
Yeah, great composure from Jukester there. Turns round, waits it out, doesn't try for anything too fancy, just blocks it right in. But yeah, the knowledge to be able to stick up that high up on the pitch and trust your teammate to find you is one quality of 1&E that really sets them apart. And yeah, their accuracy and ability to find each other is just really going so well for them.
Yeah, Misty again with a nice fake attempt. Unfortunately, didn't quite work out. Risky Gunfreaks going for an interesting passage of play there that almost had worked out. So it's good. It's a good sign that they're still trying. I mean, overall, they have a chance of winning this tournament. Risky, unfortunately, hitting the crossbar, not even threatening the net whatsoever with that shot. Again, Gonfreak's shot opportunity. Juxta is on the line. Clear to the side, bounces straight back to Misty. Now Misty pushing it high up. Risky conceding the aerial here, giving Misty the opportunity. And he's not letting that one go. 4-1 for 1NE with only 30 seconds left on the clock.
Yep, every touch here is educational. Risky will figure out that no, you can't give Misty a free shot. If he's hitting it up high, you just have to try and go for it. Some miscommunication potentially there from Wash Kids. Not knowing which of them should be going up, which one should be trying to defend it out. But at least they're going to get one back. And I guess 2 goals in 23 seconds isn't unheard of. But certainly not looking great in this second bracket set.
Powerful touch there from Gonfreaks. I mean, that was another back-to-back goal here, right after 1NE scored. So if they can make something happen off that kickoff, they have a chance. But you will not get any chances whatsoever versus 1NE if you don't cheat up on the kickoffs. That's something that Wash Kids don't do at all, which is pretty much biting them back and forth all the time here versus 1NE. And with only 3 seconds left on the clock, it's pretty much game 1 going to 1NE once again. And they're now really starting. They now really start to threaten Wash Kids and their potential win of the tournament.
Yep, that is now their 4th win in a row, 1NE against Wash Kids. Remember that. So, what does Wash Kids do at this point? Difficult to say. They just have to try something completely new and fresh. Surprise for 1NE in some way. I think that's the only way they can bring back their psyche and get themselves back into this.
I feel like their current approach is actually good. I mean, they had 9 shots on both sides, but the interesting thing is that Wash Kids, the contribution of shots were insane. 8 shots on the side of Gonfreaks, 1 shot on the side of Risky. But on the other hand, Risky taking the more defensive role might be a way to beat 1NE, but Risky really has to be a bit more confident when he goes for the shots, goes for the clears. Talked about it in the game earlier that he likes to go for those backflips where the ball is just going high in front of the net, which is always dangerous. So, if they figure that one out, I feel like Gonfreaks might be able to carry this one. And in fact, he's going for the first shot only after 10 seconds. I'm a bit disappointed that we haven't seen a goal yet, but we might actually see in a couple seconds. Risky was trying to go for it, but now it is Juxta. Good, well, at least good idea. Not quite the best touch. Misty was ready in the center. But look at that, 1NE, they're just so desperately going for those challenges, not giving them any spot whatsoever. And Risky again, beautiful save. Now it's Gonfreaks on the other side, going for the aerial drag that crossed the pitch. And Risky out of position, opening up the net for Misty. Can he find his angle? Yes, he can. Juxta is not even forced to go for it.
Yeah, there we go. Misty was just taken just a little bit too far out. He was too far away to get that initial conflict in the middle. Managed to block that one at the pass. It ends up just being outmaneuvered in the center. And yeah, that's a fairly simple first goal. And NE are going to take every chance that they are given.
Oh, again. Risky is always pre-jumping those shots, and he has been faked a couple of times already, so hopefully he's noticing that. Here comes Gonfreaks looking for the double touch, unfortunately out of boost. Pretty good flick there from Juxta. Again, Risky setting up Misty there. That is a shot opportunity. Misty again into the midfield. Here comes Risky and Juxta. Juxta just slotting that one way too wide. That might be an opportunity. Gonfreaks trying to recover as fast as possible, giving Misty a lot of time to challenge that one. Both players from 1NE are up in Wash Kids' half. It just shows how confident they are, not respecting the possibility of a wide clear from Wash Kids whatsoever. Which in fact they have been struggling, and Misty just pretty much stealing that ball. 1NE is just running away at this point.
Yeah. Good control from Misty. Tiniest of touches. Risky not quite able to see what Misty was trying to do. Means he gets just enough clearance for him to be able to pull it off. A little flick over. Just enough to reach over the top of his roof. So yes, 2-goal lead. Game 2 of the bracket reset. Not a good sign for Wash Kids.
And they must feel bad at this point. They're pretty much trying their best, but one in the relentless pressure and the confidence they're showing can be scary for any team, but Risky with a beautiful fake, and that is one way to build up confidence.
Yep, that's a great catch. And he tries to go for the demolition, but Juxta was kind of expecting him to keep going, I think. But, yeah, interesting that it ended up working out. A bit of a misjudgment from Juxta, which hasn't been happening too much so far in this series. But, yeah, everything to play for again.
Oh, Risky! He's waking up. He noticed that it's not over yet. They need to do something. They need to come back into this. Wanani is putting a lot of pressure on, but so can Wash Kids. Risky waking up slowly, it seems like, being way more aggressive, but then continues to just concede the ball to Misty. Good clear from Gonfreaks. Juxta goes for it nevertheless. Taking it a bit slow here. Gonfreaks going for the arrow. Can he get that double touch? That's a tight angle to hit, but he somehow still gets it downwards. Well, that is an exposed net. Juxta, can he find his way in? Gonfreaks already on his way back. Not picking up the boost in the midfield. No, he doesn't have it. 2 minutes 5 left on the clock. It's only a 1-2 scoreline, and Wash Kids are being way more aggressive.
Yeah, this is certainly a better passage of play for Wash Kids. In fact, they're forcing some errors out from Wanania at last. They've been so consistent, and yet again, showing how well they can shoot, just from any point on the half, pretty much. And that was even their own half. Huge shot coming out from Misty. Finding the net from every angle. Just the accuracy is so good from Wanani.
That one turn from Risky to the right pretty much showed us that he was not anticipating the possibility of Misty pulling out that shot. If he would have just gone straight, he would have had easy time saving that one. But it just shows how aware Misty is of the small things, you know, seeing his opponent turning in, knowing that he can go, that he's capable of going for those shots. Just shows that Wanani is on another level, but nevertheless, Gonfreaks, with his first goal of this game, potentially bringing back Wash Kids.
Yep, haven't seen that happen too often when Misty decides to overcommit on a risky interception quite high up the pitch when his teammate was even higher up the pitch. It hasn't happened much, if at all. So, yeah, a bit of misconcentration there. But he's gonna be setting up Juxta's run, and Juxta is gonna do what Juxta does best, which is run straight at him, fake them all out. Beautiful pass.
The interesting part about this as well is that just Misty being there on the side and being a potential passing target for Juxta was enough for Gonfreaks to enter this 50-50 from the left side, which ended up being Juxta opening up the net. Misty hitting the crossbar there. That could have been the game decider. Might actually find another opportunity here. Gonfreaks avoiding the demo, but Juxta nevertheless shooting it. Risky, yet another save on the side of Wash Kids. Gonfreaks handing over the ball to Juxta. Doesn't go for it. Risk missing the ball here. He has to clear that one. He's under a lot of pressure. Juxta finds his way almost towards the net as well. Gets another opportunity. Wash Kids crumbling under the pressure. One and each, just keeping the ball in their possession for a good amount of probably like 30 seconds straight.
Yep, no space being allowed. Exactly what they need. They've got the lead. They've got 2 goals under their belt with only 30 seconds remaining. And this win for one and E will put them at match point. Pretty good. Yeah, 17 seconds, 2 goals. I see this 10 seconds. It's not going to happen. I think we're going to see one and E going into match point in the bracket reset, giving them the chance to go through, face Wash Kids for potentially the last time. And there we have it.
Yeah, I mean, this is such a good run from 1 and E. I mean, that's what, the 5th consecutive win now in the finals. And I have to say, Wash Kids, they seem to be beaten. I mean, this game was definitely better than the last 4 that we've seen.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But it's still not good enough. 1 and E, they still have their passages. where they just keep the ball for a minute or 30 seconds and they just relentlessly pressure you until you finally break. And unfortunately, Washed Kids have been breaking down a couple of times already in this finals.
Yeah. And I was saying, 8 saves to 2 is insane. Like, 8 saves and saves with Wash Kids, constantly on the back foot, only 4 shots from them, whereas I think Wenani had like 10, something like that.
9. It was 9.
9. But yeah.
Plus the goals, so.
Yep. The stats don't lie. And they reflect very well what's going on. But, yeah, we go into potentially the final match of this 2v2 tournament from Rocket League India Showdown Series. And yeah, it's over $200 they're in for, so we'll see who has the guts to pull it out when they need it most. And Juxta will be the one to bring the parties to them.
Yeah, look at that perfect placement from Misty. Really hard pass, enabling Juxta again, and there's no chance for Risky to get to it whatsoever. And again, a really, really early goal, 6 seconds into the match. We've seen it so many times already this tournament that once one of the teams is moving forward, they're unstoppable. Probably one of the first times as well that we haven't seen a back-to-back goal from Watch Kids, but they look like they're a bit scared of this 1-and-E wall that they're currently facing.
Yep, a very skilled wall. But yes, they are managing to do a little bit. I think that first goal was a good testament to what 1-and-E has been doing pretty much the entire tournament. So it's not a lucky goal early on by any means. In fact, that's going to be an interesting pass. Just a little bit too far from Juxta. Just not able to connect, but now Risky is trying to pass it over to Gonfreaks. In fact, it's going to be a good hard shot. Well found and good vision there to set up Gonfreaks for that shot.
Long hard flicks, good hard shots, it's all there in this tournament, especially in this final. Anyway, back to the game. Wash Kids, that might be good. Actually, is a good start and might be enough for them to finally start popping off. We know that they're capable of more. Risky looking for that pass, but just not connecting to the wall he's setting up for himself. You see Juxta caught in a bit of an awkward position. Gonfreaks trying to get to that ball. And Juxta just really has the nerve to not respect any challenge from Risky. Probably has seen him go up the field as well. And they're just playing it smart. They know when to slow things down and when to, you know, fire up their attacks. Juxta going for the fade, going for the 50-50 mid-air, almost finding the net. And here comes Misty, finding Risky on the wall there. And again, an unfortunate miss from Risky might start things off.
Oh no! I saw that one coming. Like the missed demolition on the other side from Risky, and Risky being just a bit too far away from the play earlier on. He's kind of in a slightly chasey mode, but meant that he was out of the play, and Gonfreaks just too late to go up on the wall for that one. They are going to concede and put 1-and-E into the lead in this match point for 1-and-E.
Oh, Risky, that could bite you in the back here. Fortunately, Gonfreaks is there to help him out. Risky is finding a bit scary, I have to say. That comes Misty again, good 50-50 for the Washed Kids. And I have to say, I don't mind that he went for the demo, because right, if you play a better opponent, you can always punch him to make sure maybe you get a small advantage, but it doesn't matter. Juxta, beautiful angle to hit. Look at that. Really hard flick. Risky, not ready, not enough boost. And Juxta just making sure he finds that angle, which he does.
Yep, which he's been doing so consistently throughout the entire tournament, pretty much. But hey, they are now 2 goals in the lead. We've got half a game to go. Washed up kids. If any time is the time to step up, it's now, but instead, out-rotated. Juxta again, coming up so huge. Yeah, Godfrey's actually not a terrible goal. Yeah.
This is insane. Like, 1-and-E, they're just pulling off You would think it is basic stuff, but still keep in mind they're facing Gun Freaks and Risky, which are definitely two very good players. It's just a slight edge on one east side, but on the other side we have Gun Freaks, who's desperately trying to keep his team in the game here. Beautiful shot, seeing the opportunity to just put it over Juxta. Misty is just barely landing on his wheels at the moment he's shooting. No chance to save that one whatsoever.
No, very, very good placement from Gun Freaks. Absolutely pixel perfect. Couldn't have done any better. That's a bit of a dangerous hit. Misty, almost getting the double touch. I might have gone a bit insane if that had happened. They've got a 2-goal lead. Again, brilliant contest in the midfield from Misty. Can be slightly awkward clearance. Juxta managed to get it. Gun Freak's not going to manage to get the touch they wanted. Taking the lead 3-4-1 and E.
Yeah, that 1-E is just trying to seal the deal here. Gun Freaks completely whiffing that touch to the side, and Misty, well, you cannot leave an opener in front of a player like Misty or Juxta. They'll just score it every time. You don't get a second chance at this level of play. And yeah, I mean, 1 minute 50 left. It's definitely possible for Wash Kids, but I have to say, I just don't see them coming back from this, especially because 1-E, they're not stopping. They're not resting on their comfortable lead. They're trying to score even more.
Yep. Oh, actually, Misty going for the fake in there. It's an interesting decision. It certainly worked. Risky was not expecting that whatsoever. Just get an awkward touch here, though. Both players in 1-E coming in. Demolition comes out. Misty with an open net. But Gun Freaks comes back around, realizes his mistake. Misty just not throwing it in when he had the chance.
Yeah, it was a bit of an awkward position for Misty to be in because the ball was right above his car. And it bounced quite high, so it's really tough to get any sort of power behind it, especially because Gun Freaks had the advantageous position there, coming in from the side. Oh, and Risky just beaten by a basic flick from Juxta in the midfield. And I think at this point, it is pretty safe to say that 1-E have battled all their way from the lower brackets into the grand finals, managed to get the bracket resets, and now all odds are pointing towards them winning the tournament as well.
Yeah, they've had 11 games played. 11 series played, I think that is. That is 11 matches. But still, crazy run from them. Going, as you say, down to the low bracket. Such a long day as well. But it looks like with 34 seconds to go, about 6 seconds per goal at this stage, they're still going to try and come up with something crazy. Juxta, try to do the ceiling shot, then get it. That's just playing with your food now, man. That's just wrong.
That is so good from Juxta. Like, seeing that he has no chance of getting to that ball whatsoever, making sure Gun Freaks doesn't get to it either, because Risky was still up in the air, coming down to the ground, and at this point, it is safe to say, not only have they beaten 1-E GS, they've also managed to win this tournament, and they're gonna get a fair share of the matcherino pool. That is still open, guys. Wink, wink. How much is it?
It's over $200.
Wow, that's
a
a
huge
lot
prize
of money.
pool, and that's before the general prize pool as well. But yeah, that looks like with this touch, 1-E have done it. They fought themselves back through a bracket reset, winning all 6 games. So one-sided in the end. Wash Kids not able to come up with the goods right at the last minute, but still, big congrats to both of these teams. It's been crazy watching these guys play this entire time.
I mean, I'm amazed by Juxta and Misty here. They have battled their way all the way through this tournament, have been beaten by their, counterparts, and probably, they had several derbies versus Glory Stone, and still managed to keep the morale up, still managed to fight their way through the lower bracket. And they have definitely, if there is one team in this tournament that deserves to get the 200 plus matcherino prize pool, plus the general prize pool of the Rocket League 2v2 Showdown from Rocket League India, it is those two guys. So kudos on you. Also, big shout out to Washed Kids. You've definitely shown us what you're capable of. There is lots of potential on both of you, both of the players. And Risky, I know that it is your first tournament, so you're a promising player, I have to say. Or so is Gunfreaks.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean,
so don't
Gunfreaks
feel
has
too
proven
bad.
himself on various stages. But for all of these players, huge congrats. And a $275 prize pool is going to come out to you.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it was a really long day, I have to say. We had so many good games in this tournament. I hope you guys over in front of your smartphones, PCs, desktops, wherever you're watching this, I hope you had a good time as well. It was a pleasure to cast this. So many exhausting moments, but it was worth it. I haven't had. I can't remember if I had that great of a tournament ever, actually. In terms of 2v2 tournaments, I don't think so.
Yeah, no. The quality coming out here today has just been insane. And two's generally like slower pace and less interest than the three's counterpart, but yeah, really loved casting these ones over the last 2 days. But thank you guys so much in the chat as well for joining us throughout this. It's been a great journey to be along with you, and hope you guys have enjoyed it.
Yeah, huge shout out as well to the sponsors, IGN. In fact, the pool is not closed yet. If you feel like you want to reward Juxta and Misty, head over to matcherino. Might be free code still, I don't know. Maybe somebody can confirm that. Otherwise, feel free to put in some dollars if you wish, or if you wish so. Yeah, also we have a click campaign still going on. All you have to do is press that link for the final and last time before everything closes. And yeah, otherwise, huge shout out to the production team as well. Huge shout out to Rocket League India for making this tournament happening. As well to our lovely moderator of today. I think it was Dixie, just like last time.
Indeed.
Again, shout out to ALS for being our broadcaster of today. And everyone else that was involved in making this tournament, Nish, and so on and so forth. If I forgot you, sorry, it's not intentional. But yeah, as always, I think we're gonna stop with the socials. So if you're interested in more casting, I said it yesterday. I forgot to tweet today as well. I'll try to revive my Twitter. So if you want to follow me on Twitter, make sure you don't miss out on my casting. I'm casting for various orgs, not only Rocket League India. You can do that over at @flamebastard on Twitter. Same name on Twitch if you want to follow my occasional streams and very entertaining cooking streams, I would say, where I keep burning stuff.
And putting pomegranate seeds in your eyes. Yeah.
Yeah, let's not talk about it. But anyway, also you can find me and Grandy on our Discord, which is Division 6, so head over there if you want. And where can they find you, Grandy?
It's on the screen right now at IamGrandyB on Twitter and LGrandy on Twitch. Fairly easy to remember. Yeah, stream every now and again and tweet every now and again. So do follow that around. We'll be back around, no doubt. We've been in Rocket League India a while and love casting for these guys, so no doubt we'll be back again. But without anything else to say, thank you guys for coming again. I have been Grandy.
My name's Flame.
And we'll see you next time.